bitches, they love visuals.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker. Let's roll.
WTF Nation, broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. This is Sergeant's time. I got my Sergeant here, Spanky, hanging out here.
Hey y'all,
hanging out here in the gunner seat. You know the deal, just chilling like a villain. Hello, everybody. Wow, everybody's like, wow, thank you very much, guys, for giving up the highs. Dr. Ed, how you been, brother? Long time no hear. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. What's up, Spanky? What's up, Shane? What's up, Jason? What is up, Josiah? What is up, Nano? Andrew, Jason, Andy. Thank you for the thank you. That's well, some of those individuals in that video were some of the staff hanging around. Oh, Christopher masturbating in Lillington, huh? Well, sorry for that, brother. Hang on. What's up, Amanda? What's up, Chris? Alan. I get to do something? I forgot. I already got the t-shirt. Well, actually, yeah, of course. You've done it all. What's up, Bailey? What's up? What's up? What's up, Holly? What's up, guys, in the WTF Nation Radio chat? Wow, man, everyone's just like hanging out today. Real freaking quick. I just wanted to cover something we have. It's what happens when you say, hey, if you guys got anything for me to talk about. I got something in email. Somebody sent me an email. And
they did.
Yes, and they didn't know how to address it, even though I said if you want to email me about some unit crap and you want to talk about it, we'll talk about it for Sergeant's time. It was about hang on, let me just read right here. What's up, 2 recruiting? What's up, man? What's up, man? What's up, Corey? What's up? Hang on. ICE. I am a first sergeant assigned to Fort Bragg. In case you haven't noticed, Fort Bragg put out a notice stating the fact that there was going to be changes to the ACPs, the gates. There are several gates, excuse my English. There are several gates that are necessary for our soldiers to get on posts. So what Fort Bragg Garrison decided to do, beginning on Monday, January 7th, the access control points were changed. So certain access control points that stated were in... this guy needs to learn how to... Sorry for Sergeant, but I'm just saying... I think what you're trying to say is that some of the ACPs that were closed for limited hours, and I guess they are saying, okay, let me read this again. I don't know. Sorry for Sergeant, I'm just trying to understand this. Okay, some of the gates I see what you're saying. I think what he's trying to say is, God, Top, love you, brother.
The hours suck.
Yeah. I think what he's trying to say is some of the ACPs are near to units that have high frequency traffic, that what a closure impacts the entire thoroughway onto Bragg Boulevard and All American. Okay, gotcha. That's what it is. Okay, so I guess there's a ACP on Knox. That's fucked up. Butner Road is all messed up. Manchester's all messed up. Randolph will change. Randolph gates have been changed to 24 hours. This is not busting out OPSEC. I know everyone's like, well, actually, I can't be talking about OPSEC here. You call yourself the fucking veteran set of actualized, but actually you can't. Yeah, you can. If it's posted in public on access control point changes, then of course. Now, I said, okay, call bullshit. Kind of, hey, send somebody to, send me some proof. Send me proof. And the first sergeant said, I gotcha. I like this. So first sergeant, I guess, I don't know, first sergeant or somebody, I guess he, within inside the sergeant network, decided to have video. So right now, this is the All-American Gate. I guess this was leaving post at 6:03 in the morning. And awesome fucking horizontal film here. And you can see it right there. The way he put it on his yes, you see that shit? The guy is driving all the way. Look at that long ass fucking line. That is almost up the I guess Santa Fe or no, near to the new 295. Oh yeah, okay, hang on. You want to play it again? All right. People are like, what was that? There we go. Play it again. So, there you go. Wow. Them shits.
That's giving me anxiety looking at it. I keep
Dude,
seeing
I know.
stuck in traffic, and I go way out of my lane to avoid it.
I got Forrest Whitaker looking at this shit. You know what I mean? That is some crazy stuff. Fort Bragg, we tagged you on the post. The reason why is because we wanted to see if you guys wanted to give us a call or shoot the shit, 415-889-8367. If you want to give us a call and ask us why these changes happened, because the soldiers, I mean, the main page is already dropping the memes already about Fort Bragg the closure. They're comparing it to a Walmart cashier row where all these openings and all these cashiers, but there's only one cash registers and only one cashier's working. So that is the story of what happened. So now when Fort Bragg put it out on their page, it just said, hey, beginning on Monday, January 7th, just like Top said, some of the Fort Bragg's access control points will change their hours of operation. So that means they, understandably, and then they have a listing of all the hours. Now, if you've been at Fort Bragg or not been at Fort Bragg, that page has been known for putting out some great information on stuff, and they always rag on the guys that don't want to skip leg day. I don't know. There was okay. There was only one reply, huh, on the Twitter account. Really? Wow. Okay.
Official reply.
Or official,
like from an official account.
Was it from our? Did it send to our Twitter?
Well, to the main page Twitter, yes. Just catching up on some podcasts. That was from 3BCT. Third BCT. Third
BCT 82nd. Yeah. No, those guys are third BCT 82nd. Man, those guys are hilarious. They have a good sense of humor. So that's what it was. And I guess what's happening, the streets are saying what everybody's like, hey, what's going on here? What the hell? Why are you guys doing this to the traffic? Hey, I don't know. There are individuals that are saying that's because the units that are on there are taking away their soldiers to from the gates because it's a rotational event. I guess they do guard duty. And of course, everyone's like, "Oh, suck it up," Bragg and Bragg, dear. No. Let me read this through right here. So,
well, if they're not doing so now their soldiers, instead of running the gates, are just sitting in traffic instead. So they still don't have them doing anything.
Well,
I mean, it's just insane.
I mean, the thing is that the access control program is, when you think about it, now that you got to remember this too.
It's just a red cycle.
Well, Fort Bragg
everybody does it.
Well, but not on Fort Bragg. All their units are not. Yeah, all the units there are claiming to be not doing it. This is one of those borrowed military manpower things that the gym, like, you can't have soldiers go to the gym. You know what I mean? Right. It's like you can't have people going to the gate. Well, damn, dude. Can you at least have some guys? Now, what? Germany, when they had this issue and they were taking units to fulfill that, U.S. Army Europe, what they did is they said, fuck it, we're going to contract it. They just said, we're going to contract it. And that's it. So they ended up contracting all the gate guards, for the installations, all the concerns that were there. Which it eventually created, it actually created a pretty good, there's guys that actually retired out in Germany, ended up making some good money doing force protection. They called it force protection officers or something like that. Anyways, but they were able to participate in guarding the installation, and that was pretty cool. I mean, they were able to. So when you drove, I can't remember the name of the company that ran it. You drove up to the gate, and there was not a Joe there. It was some dude, or a retired sergeant major or whatever, checking your ID and all that sort of stuff. And then the MP station would be nearby in the event there's any issues. So hopefully Fort Bragg put out a statement quick. People are setting the inbox on fire. I don't know how somebody got my email from ice@WTFNationRadio.com to send me such an email and video. I don't know where ice@WTFNationRadio.com, where soldiers, when I put out several sergeants times ago. See, that means somebody was paying attention to my podcast. Somebody's paying attention to the show.
You're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So when you're stuck in traffic, send an email at ice@WTFNationRadio.com, because I think the main page is about ready to mean the fuck out of everybody, the installation. Hey, it's all in good fun. It's all joking around. But this is a kind of a serious issue. I guess Fort Bragg has now expanded several. Of course, it's got 2 headquarters now. Actually, 3 4, 5. Oh man, it's got so many. It's got so many headquarters there. They have FORSCOM there. They have the U.S. Army Reserve Command there. They have the United States Army Special Operations Command there. They have the 82nd Airborne there. They have several installation facilities there as well. They have what else do they have there? Oh shit, they got the special. What is that? The SFAC, which is the Security Forces Assistance Command, which is in charge of all the SFABs. There's a lot of commands there.
Right.
I'm sure there is a leader out there. Wait a minute. There is a leader out there that said, you know what? Screw this. We are changing our PT hours because of this, and this is BS. I'm glad that, once again, it seems like the 82nd seems to be setting the standard on common sense. Now, before everybody goes, well, they do it in Korea. It's been like this at Fort Campbell the whole time. Blah, blah, blah. Rocket science, blah, blah, blah. Fort Bragg never had this many people in the one installation. They never had anybody to, to do this shit. So it's kind of a, if you've not been to Fort Bragg, if you've not, it's like me not talking about, Fort Campbell other than the fact that Rakkasan's in 101st and blah, 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 blah. I mean, you know how it is at Fort Campbell. There was traffic there and there was all that.
Oh, yeah.
But Fort Campbell didn't shut down all the fucking gates and gave them limited hours. There was no limited hours.
Right, and the issue on Campbell is they're all off the same main road, and it doesn't matter anyway. So,
correct. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing there at all that could say, oh well, whatever. So due to that issue, thank you for the information. So, hang on, Brad. It used to be contracted by Wackenhut. Thank you. There you go. It used to be contracted Wackenhut. That's what it was.
And it was the same at Hood. There was contractors on all the gates, and now they're just at the main gate, and the rest are done by Red Cycle. So I don't know. Maybe it was a money thing. I'm sure it had something to do with that. It's definitely cheaper to use soldiers, but so. Yeah,
it's funny because everyone's talking about all the gates going through and all that, and everyone's trying to, because on Fort Bragg, it was always, if there was one gate that was kind of full and you had enough time until your duty day begins or your formation time begins, then you go, oh, well, I'll just go here and fucking go to this other gate.
Right.
And then you go to the other gate and you're like, what? So that video, thanks guys. First Sergeant, thank you for that email. I appreciate it. Of course, ICE at WTFNationRadio.com for all Sergeant's Time topics and discussions. Just write in the subject line, Sergeant's Time subject or whatever, and we will discuss it. Of course, if you want to give us a call and give us an update in the event, we are giving you this information now, and from now until we post it or we're discussing it, something has changed, let us know. That way we can give you guys updated information and not look like some of the news outlets out there that are perpetrating frauds. However, there is a unit on the 82nd. I'm not going to be able to pronounce his name, but I guess it's Major General Mingus, which is the 82nd Airborne commander. Effective immediately, the 82nd Airborne Division will conduct PT from 6:30 to 800. There will be no change to the road closures on Long Street. Oh, God. Okay, well, I guess that means he must have sent something out. If paratroopers complete PT early, they should not be released prior to 08. Instead, use the extra time for professional development, drill, ceremony, weapons, functions, combatives, work call. Work call is now 0930. No meetings should be scheduled prior to 0930. Okay, Sergeants Major, my bros, my sisters and brethren out there, no, there's nothing to caveat the commander on. There's nothing to piggyback of. So, oh my God, I just saw the podcast pic. Oh my God, it's fucking hilarious.
But aren't the gates open from like 5 to 9? But work call's not till 9:30.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
So I'm just saying. So that gives you 30 minutes to drive the circumference of Fort Bragg, the perimeter of Fort Bragg, to find another gate that is open. Genius? Yes. I have no idea. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's a good reason. There has to be some. Somebody said, which of one of you covert admins were inside the room when this decision was made? Tell us. Thank you. No. Oh, no. Cut off one head, two shall take his place. Hail Hydra. No. There's no... No, we were just as shocked as you guys were when we heard about this, and as soon as the word, we're like, they're not going to do that. We thought it was a meme. We thought it was a joke. But unfortunately, it was not. Oh, my God. Spanky, I got to get that. Let me get that. Let me grab that pic you just dropped in there. That is freaking classic. That is classic. That is classic. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
Just,
So that y'all all better. I'm just thinking how full the gyms are going to be because there's no way they're going to get in, back and forth between 8 and 9. Not with that traffic. Even if you live like right outside a gate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the best
unless you walk.
Yeah, I was about to say unless you walk in there. I mean, and then you're like, holy crap. Let me see. So my biggest thing is that I don't know what's going on. I think that Fort Bragg should go ahead and just have a town hall or talk to us about it or send a message out or have the PAO hit us up in the WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments inbox and just give us the what's up. Or, you can send some information out. You guys know how to get a hold of us. You guys we've worked with y'all before. I don't want to hear that shit. We all know that. Hey, I don't appreciate you talking like that. Well, hang on.
PAO sitting in traffic too.
Yeah, PAO. Yeah, PAO can't even get home, man. PAO cannot even get home. They're just sitting there chilling. So it's awesome to see that the units. You know what? This is kind of funny because there we go. I want to remove this individual's PERSEC here, so that way this individual's not shown, and I'm not going to put this guy on blast because that's not cool. So, anyways, there we go. So there's the meme that Third Brigade Combat Team 82nd dropped on Twitter to us. No plug there, but just go ahead and look at at the WTF Nation, and that is the Twitter account for U.S. Army WTF Moments. But yeah, check that out. So that is the dealio with that. I have no idea, Nation, what is going on with this shit. No idea. There is a town hall in February. Okay, don't worry. We'll post it back up. We'll post it back up. There we go. Everyone's like, whoa, wait. We'll post it back up. So yeah. So there's going to be a town hall in February. Thanks, guys, for giving me some issues. And it will be a podcast after the show's done. And yeah. So when I choose there, when you live, okay, let's see what Bo says. When I choose, I lived there in Fayetteville. It only took me 7 to 8 minutes to get to work every day. I left 10 months ago, and it took me 25 minutes every day. The Riley Gate construction cost so much back up to Yadkin. Yep, exactly. It's costing a lot. There's also the 295. Exactly, Jake. It would behoove you not to schedule meetings before 0930. Yeah. Oh my God, the chats are on fire. I can't even keep up with all the chats because everyone's dropping freaking comments there about it.
Oh, I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying.
Me too.
Y'all type too fast.
Yeah. You get like, oh my God, they're turning this into modern day fobs. Just keep pumping people in there and stuff. We'll be all right. We'll go ahead and flood the freaking communities around that can't sustain it. Which is, could you imagine if there's like think about this. Look at getting on work. The last time this happened was 9/11 when I saw this shit. Remember when 9/12? It took everybody hours to get on post. Fort Hood, Fort Campbell, Fort Bragg, Fort Benning.
Yes, and at the time, I lived on West Fort Hood, so I technically had to get off post and back on just to go under 190, and it still took me 4 hours to get to work that day. I finally, the next day, I was like, fuck it, I'm not going. I was mad. And we wound up having separate PT formations for a while, too. Like, the people that live off post had PT off post, and people that lived on post had PT at the barracks. It was insane. It's not, I don't think it's quite that bad, but it's still awful. Just looking at that. Ugh. People running out of gas, waiting to get on post.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. Hang on, somebody wants to, can we see the video again? Yeah, there we go. Let me give you some force with your eyes. There we go. Damn. Woo. That's insane. That is insane. That is cool. Man. So, there you go. Fort Bragg, if you would like to live stream this event, you just go ahead and hit us up. We'll help you out. We'll help you stream this out to individuals that can't get to the that can't give us some can't get you the message out. As adder, if you want, if some people that can't get on post to see the live stream because they'll be I don't know, freaking. If you want to check out the freaking live stream, we can pump it for you if you want, Fort Bragg, because I know people will still be in the highway waiting to get in when you do the live stream. I'm just breaking balls, Fort Bragg. Relax. I know everyone gets all mad. You're talking about Fort Bragg. Easy there. Relax. It's just funny.
I don't know. Don't they like to jump out of planes? Can't they get to work faster that way?
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what? You might as well. You got initial manifest at Rayford DZ, so load up that freaking C-130 or Luzon or St. Mary. Go ahead and hit them DZs and load them up. You're gonna have to do some. You're gonna have to rig your children for the CDC on post as individual items of equipment. So you could put them in a deployment, put them in a drop bag. And there you go. Make sure you.
Daycare workers be waiting out front for them just to fall out. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't jump out of plane.
What?
It's not my thing. I don't know how this works.
Just sitting there at the child development center, all of a sudden. Oh shit! I guess that was a toddler. Okay, I guess the kids are showing up.
They'll get their little wings too.
Oh yeah, exactly. Here comes the 1-year-olds, and they're like all little bassinets are fucking parachuting down like cargo and stuff. Come on, Fort Bragg. We're just messing with y'all. We're just messing with you. Again, Fort Bragg, reach out to us, hit us up. Look, get a hold of our PAO Flash. Flash at WTFNationRadio.com. If you guys want to have this streamed or have it recorded or cross posted, let us know, and we'll get this out, because this is kind of one of those like yeah, we want to know what's going on. The nation wants to know what's up, because I think for an installation that big with multiple points of entry to now all of a sudden have those points of entry restricted, that gets everybody a little bit antsy, and that gives everybody the ass. It's kind of one of those oh shit, what y'all thinking? The all-American parking lot.
I just saw that.
The all-American. It looks like 95 coming over. You should do a morning show just for Fort Bragg. Traffic, weather, live interviews of people stuck in traffic. You know what?
Make a note.
And make a note of that. We'll call it the Fort Bragg Minute or something like that. We should do that. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Morning show just for Bragg. Busting on Bragg or something like that. You know what I mean? It'd be like someone. It would be like, what do they call that? Spotlight. When they spotlight. What do they call it? Haterade on Bragg or something. Oh, we're doing that, Bragg. We won't do that to you. But that's an idea.
No, you just have someone going down, asking the people that are stuck in traffic.
Have the Fort Bragg drive home. Everyone, Fort Bragg drive time. Everybody, give us ideas already. Well, welcome to Fort Bragg. Welcome to your exactly. Everyone's like throwing ideas now. If you're driving home right now and you're stuck on All-American, you must be on Fort Bragg. Well, you hope exactly right now. Well, actually, it's it's 1/2 the hour, so there's probably still somebody on All-American. Oh man, that Riley Road is lit. Fort Bragg drive time, man. I'm thinking about more of exactly the Fort Bragg Minute. Yeah.
Just going from car to car.
You guys really want us to do a morning show? Really, for real? Yeah, wow.
They're all gonna be stuck in traffic.
Yeah, exactly. They should get up and start. You should click it up and do a morning show, huh? Wow, okay. That might be enough. I didn't realize that it would just be. Oh, great. No. Wait. Hang on, because then Fort Campbell will want one, and then Fort Hood would want one, and then Fort Bliss will want one, and fucking Fort Irwin, and then next thing you know, we'll start having all these unit ones and shit, and I don't know about that. Yeah, I can already see it spiraling out of control. It's bad enough that that we do a lot of work with the I wouldn't say it's bad enough, but we already do a lot of work with other organizations that are pretty big, that I could just see that, I think it would be fun though. It would be fun. Welcome to Fort Bragg. make our own like Fort Bragg whatever. And the next time, that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna get Fort Bragg's All American Week video, and I'm gonna send it to the fucking studios, and I'm gonna have them fucking redo it with all of them in traffic. Hey, WTF Nation Studios, hit me up, man. You know, fucking. As a matter of fact, that's the. There we go. Sorry, guys. Sorry for Bragg. Sorry for Bragg.
Oh, I'm not sorry.
No, yeah, exactly. Oh, sharp point. Okay, Korea. Hey, what's up, guys? Nope, no status on the dude that was that had deserted. That was deserting in who killed his spouse in Indianapolis. Indianapolis PD has not provided us any is not giving us any information about that. So sorry about that. We don't know the status of that, and then we'll keep you posted. And more than likely, the Army Times will probably have already gotten it. And you know, let's see. Oh, somebody's okay. Well, yeah, let me see what that is. If I understand correctly, that was explained in the ACP class. There's an ACP class to get soldiers out of the BMM program and back to their companies while increasing the Fort Bragg's DoD civilian. Ah, okay. WTF AFN. Yes.
Okay, but shouldn't they have increased the manpower,
Yeah.
the civilian manpower,
Yeah,
before they
couldn't-
got rid
yeah.
of the borrowed military manpower?
Exactly that. Should they just said, oh, you know what it was? Is that somebody found out that they were going to do this? Somebody found out they were going to do this, and the next thing you know, the unit said, okay, then I'm taking my people back. If you guys are doing a guard, or maybe it was stalled, and maybe the units are the resistance. The resistance. Maybe the units are doing this on purpose, so that way they can get that civilian guard thing, the DoD contracted guard thing in there. You never know. That's interesting.
Or it could be. I guess we are in a partial government, shutdown. I don't think they're going to be hiring anybody new during that, but I don't know. That's just my thought process.
Yeah, exactly.
Again,
Yeah,
they probably should have waited.
You should have probably waited that Sergeant Major to behoove us to not caveat on pulling gate guard.
Right. Or at least keep them open until 9:30 when more call is actually happening.
Exactly. I was about to say, Sergeants Majors, please don't mess this up. Please, in the 82nd, please don't mess it up. Don't. I can just imagine it now. Would you all doing PT? Setting in traffic.
Ride with a friend and then have one person run 1 mile and then back to the car. You kill two birds with one stone. Take turns driving.
Jake Ford says they need to have the yellow vest march in front of the gate. Everyone, when you're stuck at the gate on Fort Bragg, everyone should get those yellow vests, or better yet, call it the PT belt march. There you go, PT belt march. If you're stuck at the gate and you're just stuck there, everyone get out with wearing their PT belts and just start circling around, wave them around and shit like that. Honk your horns and shit. Resistance. Resistance. Vive la parking resistance. No way, dude. Oh, God, Fort Bragg. What were you thinking?
It's the Army logic.
Yeah.
We've seen that way too many times in different scenarios.
Well, Harrison said this is just a conspiracy theory to make everyone get on post. Because actually, nobody wants to hang out in Corvius housing because we already talked about Corvius. Oh, by the way, an update to that. I think we already talked about it, but they were refuting everything that was said in the media. There was only 2 media outlets that really talked about it. Actually, it was Reuters that talked about it, and then we highlighted it here in the States. And then another company, another news outlet raised it up. So actually, there was 3, and then us. I don't know if they consider us media outlets, but oh well. We
do.
We do. Yeah, we kind of put it out there. Know what I'm saying? So, Yep. So they need to have a yeah, exactly, man. They need to have. You know what? Oh, dude, right now, see what I would be fucking doing. See, right now, capitalism at its best. I would drive a big ass fucking taco truck. And as soon as I start seeing traffic up, I'd be waiting there like a goddamn vulture, watching a fucking, watching an animal slowly dying in the desert. And I would sit there in my taco truck, and as soon as I saw traffic coming up, I'd pull up on the shoulder, and then start making some chorizo and eggs, burritos and shit, breakfast burritos and stuff like that, and serving coffee and shit. That's what I would do right there.
Yeah. I mean, they're stuck in traffic anyway. They'll just jump out and get tacos.
Exactly. Exactly. Get some fucking breakfast burritos and some coffee, and give them a PT belt if they're not there for the PT belt march. Um, oh my god. Okay, WTF Nation Studio says we're on it. Oh god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, exactly. Joe gets to the gate and forgets his CAC. That's true.
Oh, shit.
I've done that before. Fucking forgot my wallet driving down
yeah.
the road, and all of a sudden you're like 10 minutes in, you're like, damn, I forgot to do my butt check. So I put my wallet in my back pocket, so I'm like, I didn't check my butt. Didn't check.
Oh,
my
I've done it.
Didn't
Like
do the
going
cheek
back
check.
to work and it's in my PT pocket. Fuck.
Bailey, sounds like a dream. You want to get stuck in traffic, huh? No, it doesn't. Yeah, exactly. APs will be wanting to cut their money. No, hell no, Chad. I will refuse. WTF Nation Taco Truck will refuse to pay their AFES concessionaire fees. Fuck that.
They'll have to find us first. We're gonna move every time.
We're gonna move every minute, and then of course, the Resistance PT Brigade will be out there to fucking PT Belt Parade. We'll be out there throwing that. Riley Road had a pizza guy place selling $5 waters after 9/11. Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm seeing this happening. It just kind of like it's kind of like odd. Before Bragg, we are totally just messing with you. By the way, this is all jokes. I'm glad you guys have been getting hit in the face on social media, and yeah. You guys are just, the PAOs are just being spokespeople for their commands, guys. Don't go after the PAOs. The PAOs are like, you know what? The PAOs are like this. It's like you're the one you're the individual that did something, and it may be like bird brained an idea to others, but you have somebody there to take the fall for you. Not really take the fall, but take the emotions. You have somebody there to take the emotions for you on why that decision was made. So you have to get all that information from the commander. That commander gets all that information and gives you, here's why I did it. Here's this, and there you go. Now go, PAO. Go out and go forth and get the butt hurt on you. And then the next thing you know, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Corvius, oh yeah, what was the update there? They denied it. So anyways, yeah, it would be that's how PAOs they get dealt with shit like that. That's what they have to deal with. So even if they're great commanders, the PAOs love it and all this other stuff, and they're more than happy to talk about it and expand on some other stuff. PAOs that are just being PAOs, they have to be PAOs. They can't control who the boss is, so they have to go out there and face the front. So again, Fort Bragg, social media team, you guys are being good sports. 3rd Brigade 82nd also being good sports too. I guess memories are made in the suck, not in the office. But in this case, I guess memories are made at the ACP.
Or in traffic.
Exactly. VA, I hope you're listening. Oh, everybody. Sean, units want PMM back to sweep the parking lots.
Cut grass, all that stuff.
Dan's like, it ain't that bad. Maybe 100, 115 vehicles waiting in line. Big whoop.
Yeah. Only gotta do the vehicle inspections, all those random ones too.
Oh, I know. Your vehicle's overheating. How come your vehicle's overheating? We just had a POV inspection because I was waiting in a damn line for the last hour and it didn't move. You got motherfuckers getting carbon monoxide poisoning and shit. I don't feel so good.
All this carbon monoxide coming from I don't know where. 500 cars around me.
Amen to that, Jake. None of this would have happened if Mattis was still here. God, dude, why'd you have to do that? Why'd you?
Fucking,
it's like
God damn it, Jake.
Jake, why did you? Jake, why did you do that, man? You just totally brought the mood down, man. What's up with that? Wouldn't have happened if Mattis was there. You're not my real father. You would not have shut the gate had it not been. Why did you shut the gate? I learned it from you. Oh my God, Aaron. Oh, that's savage. Put Mattis as gate guard. Heard he needs a job. So why make a 4-lane with a brand new entrance, Butner, only to open for soldiers to make a tiny gate, Randolph 24/7? Oh, because it's close to Forcecom. Got it. Got it. Wow. Well, holy crap. They have to get soldier certified to work a gate?
Yes, I know they have a class here on Hood too that we had to go to. Like this was years ago, the last time I had to do gate guard, but yeah, I had to go to a class. I don't even remember much of it. I was pretty tired that day, but yeah, I had to go to a class to pull gate guard too. It was a long time ago. But yes, they do still have classes. I guess it teaches you how to check ID cards and inspect vehicles, and I don't remember much more. That was like, I swear,
Isn't
like
that like a common
8-9 years ago.
Yeah, but that's like a common task in your warrior task and battle drills already. How to, how to find IEDs or whatever. Isn't that part of your warrior task? It's like 37 warrior. That was 37 warrior tasks and 11 battle drills.
Yeah, I'm
Just
pretty
saying.
sure I learned that the first time, probably 15 years ago. But someone came up with a fancy class for it, though. I'm sure that was someone's good bullet one day, once upon a time.
You know what? It's retired sergeant majors that are infiltrating the market. I got an idea. Well, what's up now? Let's do an ACP class. Oh, well, I could do it. I'm a sergeant major. I know what's up with Bragg. You know what I mean? I'm a retired sergeant major.
Probably some sergeant major that was about to retire decided he wanted a job and came up with an ACP class.
He came up with, yes. He worked himself into his job. You know what? Oh, my God. Even think about that.
Mm.
Didn't even think about that. You're right. Holy crap.
I'd put money on that. That's exactly how it happened.
Well, what we need to do to caveat what the garrison commander said was to set this up. Sergeant Major, aren't you getting ready to retire? Well, just do this right here, and we can set up a GS level position for force protection. That's how positions get created. We need a force protection officer. Yes, force protection. Same kind of guys who make up the word force protection. The same kind of guys that made up the word full spectrum. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is Joe for doing a bunch of shit.
And they write the job description themselves, so it's tailored to their resume.
Correct.
And they pretty much have hired themselves right, and they walk,
right.
right off the retirement ceremony stage right into their GS job.
That's not how it works. Adam, what's up, dude? What do you mean you can't get onto the app here? What are you talking about? It's been a while. Well, I'll tell you what. We have multiple venues you can hear us on. If you can't get on Facebook, no worries. You can go to the TuneIn app. You can go to WTFNationRadio.com and hear the live show if you just push the play button. You can go to Twitter. If you're following us on Twitter, you can hear there. You can go to YouTube. If some people like to do is listen to music on YouTube. If you go to WTF Nation Radio's YouTube channel, which, by the way, we have crested 5,000 subscribers now. Thank you guys so much. So much for subscribing to WTF Nation Radio on YouTube page. It finally went back up after that one incident where it got where it was blocked from providing information. So, and then of course Facebook Live on both the pages. So there's really not too much of an area where you can't go on our multi-spectral, on our full spectrum. We play in a bunch of shit. There you go. The full spectrum. Playing broadcasting abilities. Well, we'll say this though is that if you're home at the house and you're just chilling at the house and you have an Xbox Live account or Xbox One, you can go on your mixer, and which is on Xbox. Comes with all Xbox Live. Yes, WTF Nation Radio plays to millions around the world. How do you think we got such a listenership in Thailand, Australia, and the Asia Pacific area? Because of the Xbox. So you just jump on the Xbox, go to the Mixer channel, and then type in web show, WTF Nation Radio. Just type in the search bar WTF Nation Radio. You'll see us broadcasting, and then that's it. Too easy. You'll be able to hear us in your surround sound system and chill on your couch and watch TV, or chill on your couch and just hang out. And instead of Netflixing and chill, you can WTF Nation Radio and chill. Yeah. Woo woo. You only have Facebook. You can't get in the jock, huh? Wow. Oh, are you deployed, man? Oh, never mind. If you're in the jock, obviously you're deployed, or unless you're in the field. But sorry about that, dude. Yeah, those are the avenues you can get. TuneIn app as well. If you're on the Facebook thing, on the Facebooks, if you can. Oh, you know what? Depending on what, because there's several commands that have banned. You know what? That's right. There were several commands because we had a caller that said that we were banned on several commands. Website, or they couldn't play on their networks. WTF Nation Radio. If you go to, I tell you what, if you go to armywtfmoments.com, Army W, not the Facebook page, but if you go to Army WTF, I'll walk you through this, man. ArmyWTFmoments.com, and then you'll see the multiple tabs up top, and you just click on WTF Nation Radio. When you hit that, you'll see a play button just to the bottom left, right underneath the tabs. Hit that, and bam, real time right there. You'll be hitting us straight up. Faster than light technology, baby. Oh, we are banned. Oh, shit. Damn, bro. Damn. That was, that's unfortunate. Sorry to hear about that, man.
Oh.
Man, dude.
But I'm glad you get to listen tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to listen somewhat tonight.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, sorry about that. Don't know what else to say, man. No, there's an incentive for the boots to marry strippers and move off base, and there'll be an uprising. Dude, if you can get to them, you can't get to the strippers if you're stuck on post trying to get out. Because I guess there's someone saying, "Oh, traffic is bad going in as it is going out." That's what you said. That's what you said. Yep. The future. Yes, the future is yes, the future is multidimensional warfare. That's right, Chad. It is. It is. It is. Waiting for Xbox to have their logo on this site with a WTF. What do you mean? Well, soon it will be. Yeah, Eastlippy's like, oh, I heard strippers in the Mixer chat. Yes. So again, if you're having issues, connectivity issues, just hit that up. Anyways, let's see. Let me look at the inbox. See if anybody else sent me something in the inbox at ice@WTFNationRadio.com. I don't know how they were able to get my information at ice@WTFNationRadio.com, but I guess my information got out there at ice@WTFNationRadio.com to be able to get that ice@WTFNationRadio.com.
Don't know how they got that.
I don't know how they did it. Somebody paid attention. Thank you, First Sergeant, for that information. And of course, make sure do First Sergeanting. Appreciate you, First Sergeanting, for out there on Bragg, doing your First Sergeant stuff for the First Sergeant things. Let's see. Wowsy, mass punishment, just like Uber Eats. Yep. Okay. All right. So continuing on with the show. So that was the one real quick tidbit that I had. Again, send information to contact@WTFNationRadio.com or ice@WTFNationRadio.com, and you'll be able to get the information sent to you. That happens, then you'll be good to go. You'll be all right. Then we'll be able to get all your stories out there. So, anyways, okay. So now, of course, man, that was fun. Just ragging on Fort Bragg for a minute. now we got to do stuff. Now we got to do sergeanting.
Aww.
Now we got to do sergeanting. Well, shit. It's almost 10 till. It's almost 10 till the hour. So let's take a break, right quick, and then we'll be back to talk about Sergeant's Time, military news, and all that stuff that's happening with the DoD shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue. Take this photograph, tell me what it is you see when you look at me. Deep into the photography, I don't really need your sympathy, just tell me your thoughts. Have I got what they got, and is it a plot done for naught? Am I not like you, because I do what I do? Who knew that I could lose a few of you, cause I bleed blue? But it's true, I know, cause I see it every day as I work and I sleep the day away. Like you I have pain, and like you I have fear. Can I pay all of the bills and still make it through the year? Will I make it home alive? Should I pray to the sky every day and every night? Will I hold you by my side? But in the public eye, I don't even have a heart. A robot of the system moving only when I'm told to start. Rip apart my art, I'm strong like a flower blooming. You got it all wrong, I know. I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
Call me a vet like a soldier. Green beret, 21 gun salute, don't wanna see today. In the constant war zone, in the home of the brave, where they hate the police until they saving the day. I got kids like you, a mortgage like you, so blue lives matter, and so does yours too. All this separation and divide, open your eyes. If you cut us all open, we the same inside. The only difference is I run to the gunfight. Your peace when it's chaos, when the people don't act right. But I'm under scrutiny for trying to protect me. You pull a pistol and I'm shooting for trying to contest me. I got a quick second to make a deadly decision. The media portray me like a kid for a living, like I'm cold with no heart, a brain with no thoughts, a body with no feeling, a life with no cause.
Like you breathe, I breathe, and like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. I'm damned if I do, and damned if I don't. It's like every single time I say what's on my mind, they go for my throat, they spew evil words. If you are absurd, always grinding, grinning, and killing my soul with these verbs. Hold me down, like I can't gasp for air. I'm closed inside of a box, like I'm inside Fort Knox. Every time that I'm there, I don't know why they think that I'm different from you. All that's true is I'm a like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human. Like you breathe, I breathe. And like you see, I see. And like you need, I need. And like you bleed, I bleed. Don't treat me like an object, I'm tested and proven. Mind, heart, and soul, I'll always be a human.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Part 2 of Sergeant's Time. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence this 10 January 2019. Damn, it's 2019 and the gates are still backed up. Sorry. Just, holy crap. You guys, that's what it's all about. Network inside all the chats. Everyone is sitting there shooting the shit, talking, laughing, and joking and broken. Talking about getting the PT tomorrow. Hey, that's what it's all about. You guys, get them shit squared away. If you have any issues, that's what this is for. We all network together as a familia and get together and do it, man. Just come on, take care of your buddy, take care of your battles. What other? Take care of your battle, take care of your hoods. What's the other way of saying it?
Your warrior companion.
Your warrior companion. Hi, take care of your warrior companion. Take care of your warrior companion, guys. Hello.
Yes. Give them a ride.
Hello. Welcome to WTF Radio. Where's I miss Ender. Ender, you need to come back.
Right.
Ender.
He's so fabulous.
Yeah, he was fabulous. Ender was our openly gay host, military veteran host that we had on here, and crack up. He had to leave the station because he had some other stuff, other commitments, but always have some good podcasts loaded up with him. He's great host. Brought a different light to the LGBT community on WTF Nation Radio, so we're hoping to, hopefully, Ender, you come back, or we're always looking for. We don't matter. We are all about the diversity. Just don't be Chelsea Manning. Anyways, sorry, Chelsea.
Don't be a complete dick.
Don't go. Or in her case, a half one. Or his case, ma'am. Damn it, call me ma'am. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so real quick, let's go into some news on the congressional side of the House. The Pentagon briefs the senators on Syria plans. Kind of like leaving some unanswered questions. The Pentagon officials, of course, visited Capitol Hill today to reassure lawmakers amid the confusion over plans of implementing the president's order for our U.S. troop withdrawal from Syria, but has both parties left dissatisfied. The Department of Defense Undersecretary for Policy John Rood and Army Lieutenant General Richard Clark, Director for Strategy, Plans, and Policy for the Joint Staff, gave the Senate Arms Committee a classified briefing that emphasized the withdrawal, the deliberate pace, and ongoing U.S. support for the Kurdish and Arab militias working alongside American. Now, look, I'm going to tell you what. The Kurds are getting screwed on this because right now one of our, quote, allies, unquote, are talking about attacking some of the Kurdish fighters that they consider they say are terrorists. Of course, Turkey always says that. Hey, if you listen to WTF Nation Radio in Turkey, please shut off this because I don't want you to freaking want you guys to get arrested because you'll get to, they don't look. Turkey's like, they get really butthurt when you talk about them. They get really offended. They're really they have like this big thing. You can't even like talk shit about their president or talk shit about. They have the butthurt law. Nobody can take a joke in Turkey.
I was not aware. I've never been there.
Yes. Yeah. Don't be making a joke. Don't laugh at somebody who's on the money in Istanbul and guarantee it you'll have some eyebrows raised. That's whatever. So anyways, the briefing came up as D. Treasy is widely seen as backtracking on a surprise 19 December decision to pronounce his Islamic State group defeated and start a rapid withdrawal. So because, ISIS is gone. So we defeated ISIS. ISIS is gone. We ain't playing with ISIS. Right. A rapid withdrawal of 2,000 troops from Syria. Now, everyone thinks like, oh, we've got a lot of soldiers there. Well, a lot of it's been because they have been just moving in strike missions to go fuck them up. There's no FOB building. We're not rebuilding villages while we're there. We're not building schools and fucking teaching them how to build a well or talking about this peacekeeping shit. ISIS is getting fucked up. So the move sparked criticism from the GOP lawmakers and was followed by the resignation of both Mattis' defense secretary and Brett McGurk as the U.S. envoy to forces fighting ISIS. The plan fell into further disarray when the Turkish president Recep Tayyip Erdogan Prime Minister
that guy.
Erdogan. Yeah, Erdogan refused to meet with the National Security Advisor John Bolton during the U.S. Look, if the U.S. wants you to get involved into the pullout of U.S. forces in your AO, the last thing you want to do is kind of fuck around with the national security guy, John Bolton, who looks like the Lorax, with a big old bushy mustache and shit. Angry little guy. He looks angry. He looks pissed. John Bolton looks pissed all the time. He looks like somebody just... Like someone gave him the wrong flavor of coffee, gave him the wrong smoke, and walked on his lawn at the same time. You know what I mean? He's that old cranky guy. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he speaks for the trees. You know what I mean?
Like he's been mad for 20 years.
Yeah. Something happened. There was a significant emotional event where he had then all of a sudden just go, Anyways, so you don't at all diss the National Security Advisor when you are visiting. I mean, you just don't do it. He's visiting, coming into your AO to discuss, I don't know, operations that are happening kind of like in your AO. So you kind of want to go to, hey, you want to go see, we want to shoot the shit and talk about this stuff? Well, Erdogan, whatever his name. So, Rachel, I was just going to say, President Erdogan refused to meet with a national security advisor and dismissed the demand that Turkey assure the safety of the Kurdish fighters. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. He's all pissed off saying, you made a grave mistake in setting that condition for pulling out troops. What are you going to do, Turkey? What you going to do? What you going to do? Huh? Come on, Cletus. Come on. Come on. We all know what you've been doing. You've been playing both sides of us. I don't want to hear it. They exiting the meeting between Pentagon officials and lawmakers. The SAC, the Senate Arms Committee Chairman, Jim Anof, had said that he had requested the administration to ensure that Israel and the U.S.-backed Kurds were well taken care of on this, and I believe they will be. Everyone's talking about the rhetoric and all this stuff. Both parties actually didn't want us to go to war, right? They were like, wait, let's just rewind this. Didn't they say that we're going to have World War III? We're going to go Korea and
right.
And we're going to have more troops go. We're going to pour more troops into the Middle East, and everyone's talking about the foreign policy, right? Oh, we're going to go through nuclear war. He's a warmonger. And they're like, okay, fine, we're pulling troops out. No,
right. Can't do anything right.
Can't do anything. No. That's not what we want to do. No. We're not doing that way. So everyone's already talking shit. Again, you can't satisfy Turkey because they can never be satisfied. Some Republicans were skeptical, of course, asking if he was satisfied, will there be a hasty pullout? Because you know what happens when you hastily pull out of something. You can make a mess.
Right.
I'm just saying. Get your mind out of the gutter, chats. I see that. Everyone's like throwing their hearts out. Shut up. I think there's got to be some conditions sort of placed on this withdrawal because it's purely time-based. My greatest concern is that the Kurds, whether or not, and just how defenseless we're going to leave them. We're going to leave them defenseless, dude. They have been waiting for us to go in there. Every time we go into the work to work with the Kurds, we seem to have neglected them when it comes to helping them out after we leave. Oh yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, we'll hook it up. We'll back you up. Yeah, we got you, man. How have they not just said, screw you guys, we're done with you? I'm just shocked. Luckily, we have professionals out in the field that know how to do that type of work, working with them. Oh man, I just couldn't see if we didn't have any support from them. I think at all, not at all. Somebody's gonna send me some. What did somebody send me? But anyways, yeah, it's one of those things where I'm kind of thinking like, wow, Kurds. I don't know what to say. I wonder if this was kind of like the reason why there was issues between Mattis and the president. You know, do you think that could have been
right? I mean, I really do. It seems like, we know that right after he announced all this stuff with Syria is right when, he wrote his resignation letter. I mean, could be just a coincidence, but, I don't think so. I'm sure it might not be the only reason, but probably has a lot to do with it.
I don't think that. I think when you say use the Kurds, you know what I mean? It's like,
it's just semantics, words, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think we're screwing them over. I mean, we don't go over there. We're going to help them out, and then we're going to leave, and then what? Then they're not going to. It's frustrating, man. It is fucking frustrating. It is frustrating.
Right. And like I said, how the Kramer guy said, Senator Kramer, okay. I'm just calling him the Kramer
The
guy.
Kramer guy. That Kramer dude.
Yeah, that guy,
Is that the guy you want going in there, having somebody like Kramer coming in there to talk about foreign policy and shit?
Right. Well, I mean, that's his concern too, that, that they're just going to be defenseless if we leave. So I'm sure he's not the only one that thinks that.
Correct. And also, yeah, exactly. Just in as well, there was a demand that was made by Erdogan to have us disarm all the Kurds that, as we left, take their weapons. That's what they told us. They said that we're gonna go. Hey, you guys, while you guys pulling out, just go ahead and police up them weapons, please. And you know what I'm saying? Police them shits up. You don't need that stuff. They don't need it at all. You don't need that. You don't need that.
Right.
So I'm just wondering if we are going to be that. That would be my only thing, is we pull out of there and we start moving about, and then all of a sudden Turkey gets in there, and then Turkey, I don't know, just happens to get, you know what I mean? It can get pretty ugly. Get pretty freaking ugly. Because when you think about it, see, we were operation. Well, let's go back in time. Let's go back to when we were privates, Spanky, back in WWNOM. Well, actually, I was in WWNOM. I know. Actually, you were in WWNOM. I was in the Civil War,
right?
And the Revolutionary War. So, let's look back at this. We were there to protect the Kurds. We were in northern Iraq in 1991.
Right.
We had the no-fly zone that was up there, and also we had
I recall
we had Operation Provide Comfort, which was a humanitarian mission of us providing aid and assistance to the Kurds. And then what? And then the next thing you know, we had there was an incident where 2 Army Black Hawks were shot down by 2 American fighters supporting the Kurds up there. And then we were supporting that for a while, supporting them with Operation Provide Comfort. And then I don't know I guess that mission kind of like ended a little bit, because fast forward a few more years after that. And then, yeah.
Wasn't there somebody named, Hussein that gassed them?
Yes.
Didn't that happen?
That happened as well.
I think I remember that happening.
That happened.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit later.
Yeah, it was a little bit later. That was when Saddam Hussein, in order to let the Kurds know that you guys are getting too far south, used gas in the village of Halabja in northern Iraq, and gassed a bunch of with nerve agent and just a whole bunch of VX nerve stuff. All this, of course you would know, Spanky. You were a damn NBC NCO. Anything that has to do with chemical weapons and shit. That's when the only time you guys always perk your ears up to
like, well, what's going on?
Well, what's happening? Wait,
can I stop doing USR now?
Yeah, exactly. Can I start doing? Yeah, can I start doing the USR and fucking DTS? It just hit me just now. I just realized that just now. I just realized that you literally just dropped a knowledge bomb on me, on something that I totally forgot about the gassing of the Kurds in Halabja. And then let's see, up towards Operation Iraqi Freedom, there was the Northern Front. There was that Kurdish event there, and then after we were involved in stability operations with our forces there in Kirkuk, Erbil. And then moving on to about, I don't know, when we left there, then ISIS was just was just going around with impunity, getting in fights and shit with them. Now, then what? Then after we went in there and fucked them up with ISIS and stuff like that, there were our allies and shit. We were sending our forces out there, and then now they want to go into. Here's what makes me mad. What the fuck is Iraq doing? Like the country of Iraq, because there's Kurdistan. Because if you guys don't know how Kurdistan works, Kurdistan is actually, it's like when you say, and this is just an example, of course. That's like saying the Appalachia is the Appalachia, right? But unfortunately, people drew lines over it and forgot about the Appalachian Mountains and the people in the Appalachia, right? So that's what like Kurdistan is like. Kurdistan is its own region, and the lines were drawn after World War I, and of course Iraq, Syria, and Turkey and Iran hold the indigenous populations of Kurdistan. Is that PC to say Kurdistan? I don't care because I call it Kurdistan, so it's Kurdistan.
Right.
So what's Iraq doing? You know what I mean? What is Iraq doing to Turkey saying, because it seems like now it's just like, oh, American forces, you're here. Oh, thanks for helping us out. We appreciate it. And we'll just sit back here and they're like, the Iraqis are like the freaking E4s. They're like the shammers. You know what I mean? They're like everyone's here to do, you know what I mean? They're like the E4 mafia. It's like they showed up, like we show up and it's like the hard charges and all that, and the E4s kind of like just disappear in the woodwork and stuff. They have their methods. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the E4 Mafia is bad. I was a charter member of the E4 Mafia.
I was for many years.
Yeah, exactly.
You had to find me to tell me to do something. But when I was told, I'd do it.
Exactly. But however, even up into in my more senior ranks, I became an honorary member of the E4 Mafia, charter member. They tried to get me to vape, but that was unacceptable. I refused to vape with them. Fuck you, Ice. We don't vape. Terry rolls in the chat. Hey, what's up? But going back up, that pretty much the Iraqis came in and just kind of like let ISIS do their thing, and the Kurds had to kind of like fight on their own. Once we sent our forces in there, now I'm giving you just an abridged version, Reader's Digest condensed, because there's a lot of nitnoid stuff in between. But basically, it's like the Iraqis are just kind of like, I guess we'll just sit here and watch you guys do shit and all this other stuff. And then the Iraqis at that time as well, as soon as D. Treasy landed in Iraq, didn't tell the Iraqis he was coming. He did not say anything about them. He just said, I'm not sure. I'm just going to show up. And so now Iraqi lawmakers have now decided to say, everyone's like, what's going on? We're talking about we're talking about the damn thing. If Turkey starts a war with Russians, we're gonna have to go back to Syria and support our NATO allies. Our NATO allies? Do you consider them NATO allies? I'm just saying. There was a sham war. I didn't know about this in the 90s. Whoa! What about this great war? Was this like Captain America Civil War type shit? The Infinity War with the E4 Mafia, and I didn't know about this. I was not invited. What the hell?
Well, I remember. The only thing I remember about like the sham war in the 90s, that there was like a freeze on promotions. I remember that for a while, but
yeah,
I don't know anything else about no sham war days.
That's odd.
Yeah. Desire to know more intensifies.
Yeah, it does. It does. Josiah, the kebab is always butthurt. The donor kebab. Is that ethnically? Can you say that? Is that PC to say they call them a bunch of donors? Donor kebabs, dude. Have you not? I mean, not had a donor kebab in like forever, man. Oh my god, I love donor kebabs. But anyways, no. So now, Iraq, when D. Treasy showed up to visit, then that's when all the Iraqi lawmakers says you need to get out of Iraq. No. Exactly, man. Hard to sham when you got cell phones. So, yeah, dude, it's hard. It is freaking hard to sit there and decide how the hell are we going to not support or have the E4 Mafia, the Kurdish militia. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Kurdish militia, for saying it. I said, how are we going to have the E4 Mafia be supported when we pull out? How are we going to have the Kurdish militia be supported in this while we pull out? How are we going to do it? We don't know. I mean, I'm sure there are plans in place involved in all that is way more above our level at the WTF Nation Empire to figure that out. So yeah, that's the whole gist of that. That's the whole, hang on, I'm reading through some of the comments here. You guys are throwing some great comments in here. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, exactly that. They did. Saddam Hussein, if we don't pull out now, we'll have to pay the Kurds child support. Yeah, you ain't lying. Jake Ford, that's right. Good point. That's right. Exactly that. That is the straight up. That is straight. Dude, you guys are like rocking in. You guys are rocking in the chats about this, about the information of the Waka. I have no idea what that means. No idea. Yeah, good information, Jake. You're like on point with all that stuff. Kurds are the largest area. No home. They literally have no homeland, even though they're indigenous to the area there, because everyone's telling that they don't belong. That's their land. During the Turkish coup attempt, Turkey was fucking with us as well at Incirlik Air Base. During that time, I think we were on air. Were we on air when that happened? Well, like we were having the coup was happening, an attempted coup, and everyone was like freaking. You notice there was like hardly any videos of that of what they did. They were beating up U.S. They were trying to beat up U.S. airmen. They shut the power off to Incirlik Air Base. We got.
Oh, I recall.
Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah. You know, I can barely remember what happened yesterday, but yes, I remember now. Because one of my best friends, like, you know, we were stationed together as privates in Korea. You know, she was actually stationed in Turkey at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking what was the I can remember some of the story of that there was I guess they had power issues, and so they shut the power off to the base. We got nukes there. That's not classified. I think we got nukes there. That's what the whole reason why we're there in Turkey is because Ivan was going to come cross over and do some Ivan shit against us, and we're going to counter Ivan with our anti-Ivaning weapons. That's what we're going to do. Oh, I got some new listeners in here. Thank you guys for showing up. Hey, what's up? Awesome. Wow, God, we got a lot of views tonight. Holy shit, man. Yeah, we do need love. We do, Mr. Jester. We need love. Not too many people know us about it. You got to remember, Mixer is the gaming platform. That is all. We were able to use that as a web show. Now we don't get on there and we don't broadcast enough to get the followership on Mixer as much as we do on the other ones. So yeah, but thanks for following us, Jester, for following. We appreciate it. Only 23,000 views only. I'm sorry, man. That's just the way it works. Nobody really didn't know that we were on Mixer. Hell, until we had our YouTube page activated again, and bam, all the subscribers came back. So it's pretty cool. We appreciate you guys joining us, especially you new jumpers in the fucking chat. Awesome. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what I was looking at. Thank you so much.
See, that's what I do.
Thank you so much for looking at that. That's what I'm looking for. Man, you get out of my head, man. So we were talking about the coup attempt, and that was when during the first night of the coup, like I said, the lights went out and shit. They shut the fucking lights out, and then everyone's like, "What the hell is going on?" And then U.S. Air Force Colonel David Truska, the commander of the 447th Air Expeditionary Group, had his post command of a contingent ground attack aircraft refueling jets for a little more than 2 weeks, and then his second in command said, "Hey, turn on the news, dude," and started saying, "Hey, what's going on? Everybody get on post." Everyone started going on, "What's going on?" And then the lights went out, and there were some individuals that were out there flying around doing and shit during the coup attempt. So he was kind of thinking, we had a portion of our forces still airborne over Turkey, so what the hell are we going to do? Is this base going to get attacked and all sorts of shit? Communications were backed up immediately by generators. However, and everyone was freaking, doing whatever. And everyone was freaking out. There was actually God, wow. Check this out. So this is what happens during a coup attempt. Air Force Master Sergeant Derek Good. Do we know him? Don't we know?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up now because that sounds familiar too.
I think we worked with him before. I think we did. Work
front
with him.
desking in the background.
Yeah, no, it's okay, it's okay. But he was using like Facebook Messenger to communicate with subordinates, and then decided, hey man, I need to fucking start going onto the to the Air Force, to the dorms, and get a hold of everybody. And then sometime after dawn, the Turkish military closed the airspace around Incirlik, grounding reconnaissance and attack aircraft to fight the war in Syria. So everyone's like, even though the U.S. aircraft couldn't fly for more than a day, the operations were severely impacted because Turkey was going through this stuff right here, and all the lights went out. it was kind of like, yeah, whatever. The base control tower is manned by both Turkish and Air Force personnel under the authority of the Turks that allowed one Turkish KC-140, one Turkish aircraft to launch. The tanker reported to assist a number of F-16 fighter jets controlled by a plotter who bombed the Turkish parliament buildings and other government structures, but as the coup unraveled, the man likely responsible for authorizing the launch of the friendly aircraft, General, General, I can't even pronounce that name, Bikirvan, Turkish Air Force General Bikirvan, bigger van, contacted his U.S. counterparts asylum. Van said that he told that the United States could do nothing as the base was on Turkish soil. And later that morning, the Turkish National Police quietly drove on base and arrested him. The following days, Turkish police would arrive periodically to take Turkish Air Force members off the base. Damn. They just show up without any warning and then see ya. But they did not search any U.S. facilities or question U.S. personnel. So when the coup was over, Incirlik was obviously running on limited power and stuff like that, was running on constant refueling and all that. Some facilities were kept working. The commissary was closed. Dude, they had a commissary there.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the Air
Oh,
Force.
yeah.
Of course,
Yeah, there was families there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. So the Air Force was, of course, letting us know that they were sucking. We had plenty of water in MRE, so we're good to go. That was just back up. You know what I mean? We got this. We're tough. We're forward deployed. So we're good to go. Just fucking with you guys. So that would have been the extent of that. How that handled and how the U.S. policy, Turkey seems to be in the middle of all of this crap. Seem to be demanding a lot of stuff on foreign policymakers. And, you really don't hear too much about doing anything to the military, though. I think the military kind of tells them, dude, shut up. Or you know what I mean? I think there is, how about this? I think on the military side of the house, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes goings on that we don't know, that is not in the media, but the media makes it sound like Turkey's just being just like a spoiled kid or something. If that makes any sense. You know what I mean?
No, it makes sense.
I just kind of think that they were that they seem to be taking advantage of all this stuff, and it just makes me mad that they're putting our soldiers and airmen at risk when they do this stuff, and then not realize that, oh yeah, well, we just want to kill the Kurds. No, yeah, exactly that. Oh, can you disarm the Kurds? Because we're gonna kill them all. I mean, we're gonna help relocate them. Yeah.
Well, of course, you can't disarm them. They need to be able to protect themselves.
Yeah, fuck that. Give them the weapons. Leave them alone. Let them have it. Let them fucking have it. They couldn't exactly. They couldn't get fucking Jake. You're on fire tonight, man. You are fucking on fire. What's up, Julia? Oh man. Yeah, it's an Air Force base. They couldn't get cooked crab legs for supper, so they got a medal and extra pay. So Turkey was a deployment now.
They get hardship duty paid.
Yeah, exactly. They get they get hardship duty pay for. Remember when Terry called us up and told us that Air Force members get additional. They get substandard housing allowance for living on Army bases. That's unfucking real. Anyways. So moving on to the next. Thank you, Gal. I think we have beat that. We beat that doner kebab enough to. Just fucking.
You making me want one.
I know, dude. I am so fucking craving one right now. I really want a doner kebab. And you know what? And you really can't. People. What do people call it over here? They call them gyros or something like that over here. Isn't that what they call it? The gyros or gyros or heroes.
Gyros,
yeah,
whatever.
It's not a doner kebab. Is not a gyro. A doner kebab is not a gyro at all. It is a warrior's meal. When you take a bite into a doner kebab, you will know that is a taste of victory from Turkey. You know what I'm saying? It's good shit. It's good food. Anyways.
Oh man, I want one.
I know. Oh, holy crap. Good shit. Anyways. I don't know what's going on in the military right now. This story is that hit the wires and hit me. And everyone's like, "You want to talk about this a little bit?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we can talk about it. We don't care." But as I started reading into it, it became a holy crap. This is some crazy shit. So there was a story about a. How do I say this? I don't know. It's not really called. It's not really called fratricide, I guess. It's just being dicks, man. Just straight up being fucking dicks. A U.S. contractor was killed, apparently between the scuffle between U.S. service members in northern Iraq. So, 2 Marines and a U.S. Navy corpsman assigned to MARSOC, I guess they had an argument, and during the argument, while everyone was standing around, the guys just decided to fucking just beat the fuck out of the guy. Nothing happened. Over something with an argument, over something stupid. So, he was an American contractor. He was a former Green Beret that, served in multiple deployments. Had 21 years of service. So he was killed in an apparent scuffle. He was basically getting in a fist fight and shit. According to his service record, is like unreal. According to his service record, former Green Beret Master Sergeant Richard Anthony Rodriguez earned 5 Bronze Stars, 1 with a V device for combat valor, and awarded 5 Army Commendation Medals, 1 for valor. Those awards were earned over a career of 21 years that spanned from 1991 to 2012, to include 4 combat deployments in Afghanistan. From May 2008 to April 2011, Rodriguez deployed 3 times to Afghanistan, spending only 11 months in that window, not operating on a war-torn region. So the New York Times would first report that a Lockheed Martin contractor was transported to launch stool following a physical altercation on New Year's Eve in Erbil, and then was pronounced dead on 4 January. The Daily Beast first identified the contractor as Rick Rodriguez, a former Army Special Forces soldier. A spokesman for Lockheed said they were cooperating with the NCIS, the Naval Criminal Investigative Service, as they carried out the investigation on the incident. The Rodriguez's death follows the 2017 death of Green Beret Staff Sergeant Logan Melgar in Bamako, Mali. Melgar was found strangled to death by 2 Marine Raiders and 2 Navy SEALs and since been charged with his murder. The Defense Department is currently reviewing the ethics and standards across special operations community after following a spate of misconduct across the commando units. General Thomas, commander of U.S. Army Special Operations Command in December, wrote a letter to the force calling for an in-house analysis. Survey of allegations of serious misconduct across the formations over the last year indicate that U.S. SOCOM faces deeper challenge of a disordered view of the team and individual in our soft culture. Left unchecked, the disordered value system threatens to erode the trust of our fellow comrades, our senior leaders, and ultimately the American people. Correcting this trend will make committed leadership at all levels of our command and personal more encouraged by all. Rodriguez earned a couple of foreign awards as well as the Colombian Parachutist Badge and the Royal British Parachutist Wing. Served as an 18 Bravo Weapons Sergeant and an 18 Zulu Senior Sergeant while operating with the Green Berets. His other awards include 6 Achievement Medals, 6 Army Good Conduct Medals, the National Defense Service Medal with Bronze Service Star, the GWAT Medal, the GWAT Service Medal, Afghanistan Campaign Medal, and the Armored Service Medal. He also, of course, earned the Ranger Tab Combat Infantryman Badge and the Expert Infantryman Badge and the Combat Infantryman Badge and the Pathfinder Badge and the Master Parachutist Badge and the Special Operations Diver Super Badge. Dude, this dude was a stud. Now, this right here, from what happened was that there was an argument that was on a range and these guys were fighting it out and they were duking it out and these 2 guys just all decided to fucking jump on top of them and everyone else was kind of like, oh, I guess they need to go ahead and just take it out and just let the guy get that. That's what the rumit is. That's what the rumor control is. And of course, once the investigation is complete and it's concluded, then obviously some of the facts will get more detailed. Don't know. Go ahead.
No, it's like, what is going on? Are they just getting in fights that get out of control? Or I guess we won't know until the investigation comes out, but I don't know. That's just, I just feel bad. It's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, poor guy. And then, they got a physical altercation, but, and dies 4 days later.
I'd like to know what the fuck the fight was about. What was it so bad that these two dudes were fucking beating the fuck out of the guy?
Right. Like, I mean, who knows? Like, get a bunch of men together, they can fight over anything. Like, drop my hamburger. I don't fucking know. It's like crazy. Like, or just say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Is there alcohol involved? Who knows?
Well, that's another thing too.
I mean,
Are you how at what point? I mean, it's pretty freaking, pretty serious to get involved in a fight with somebody to want to kill them. You must have really
right, and that's just it. If there's alcohol involved, it might not even like have been their intent. It's just when you're beating the hell out of someone, and you just don't realize that I don't know, just like they're gonna linger for 4 days, and then they couldn't save him too, and that's just what part that kills me.
Yeah, exactly.
Like for him to survive all this just to get his ass beat to death
for no reason.
Right.
I mean, again, no one is. He's a contractor. He's there with you, and you got an altercation, so you kill him. That's fucked up. Straight up. There's no need for that shit. You can have whatever drama or you get in a fight, whatever, but it's not worth. No way.
Right.
No fucking.
Especially
way.
Like 2-on-1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it takes Lockheed contract. Yeah, Lockheed involves in contracting with security contracts too, Jake. Not just building and they're pretty big when it comes to stuff like that. They do a lot of contracting work, and building, of course, airplanes is one of them. But they also do security services and that type of contracting. Yeah, it's just bullshit. It's just bullshit. I don't know. Again, it sucks because dude just like spent 21 fucking years in the army being a badass, only to be taken up by two fucking punks who had, you think you're so bad that you know what I mean? It took these two guys to fucking jump his ass. Two guys. Yeah, okay, you're really badass, dude. Real badass.
Yeah, and then they're going to do like this internal investigation. Like, who knows what's going to come of that? That's part it's me. It's like, sure, this guy was, I don't know if he was married or not, or someone's father, or definitely someone's son. Ugh. I want to kick their ass.
Yeah, dude. Just like you want to sit there and do like that. I mean, we all have our inter-service rivalries and shit. I got it. That's fucking. I totally got that. I totally fucking got that. But when you, like I said, you want to beat the fuck out of somebody, yeah.
No. There's no need for that. And then, not only did they end his life, but they probably just ended theirs too.
Yeah, exactly.
Spend the rest of it in jail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just frustrating. It's frustrating that I got to report it. I have to tell you what happened. My personal opinion about it is that you're straight punk bitch if you fucking you kill your teammates like that in the same community. You're all supposed to be together. You're all supposed to be personifying the nature of being on a team. I get if you have a fucking issue with somebody if you're in that community. Hell, with any fucking community in the army. I got beefs with individuals in my career, but I don't. You know what I mean? I don't get another guy to beat the motherfucker up, and kill him.
Oh no, I wanted to throw chairs at people, and stuff like that, but fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
So wanted to.
Yeah.
Wanted to is the key term there.
Yeah, exactly. God.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, it
Both
is.
of them.
Yeah. I'm sorry if that's what happened. Everyone, and what makes me mad is that didn't anybody stop them? Everyone's like, that's what witness accounts are saying. Oh, they just got in a fight. Oh, so they were on the range by themselves.
Right, there was nobody else there.
There was nobody else there to do it. Nobody said there's a hey man, you need to fucking calm the fuck down. Y'all need to chill or whatever. And all. No man, it's like to be out there in the field. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't care. There's no reason why you should let two guys beat up one. I don't care who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That you're just a straight punk. Straight punk. Both of you. Yeah, it is kind of fucked up, man. I don't know what's going on these guys fucking, It's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. Real fucking crazy. All right, so that's the gist of that. Didn't want to fucking sit there and go on a tangent about that. But the family out there of his family, God, man, whatever. I hope I hope his family, whatever can be done to make sure that they're taken care of. Then yeah, he has a wife and 4 kids. They were flown out to him. Thanks for the information, guys. Thanks for that. Flown out to him. They made the decision to take him off life support. Both gunnery sergeants are the ones that are persons of interests. Wow, that's fucked up. Everybody said it was there was 2 versions of the story. So they're saying that one cited by the military source stemmed from an altercation in a gym. Another involved a shooting competition. Both scenarios in an atmosphere of bravado and trash talking involving multiple people spilled over into a brawl that left the contractor pummeled and then stomped into unconsciousness. The incident said there was a lot of witnesses. Unfucking real. Unreal.
So a lot of people just sat there and watched. In other words, when you see a lot of witnesses, like none of them could have pulled those 2 guys off of him. Yeah. They're all fucking assholes too. Then, I'll say it.
Yeah, exactly. No, there are. I don't give a fuck how big and bad you are. If you sat there and watched your fucking teammate, everyone's sitting there and watching. It doesn't matter if he's a contractor or not. Everyone breaks balls about contractors. They're a contractor, whatever, stinky, dirty contractor, blah blah blah. I get that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they'll stomp their head into the ground till they're unconscious. So.
Yeah. Just, that's fucking pissing me off. But anyways, I just reading this stuff right here. Thanks, guys, for giving me that link. Yeah.
There we go. Woosah.
I just want to fucking whatever. Yeah, man. Everyone's been deployed so many fucking times and shit. What would you expect? All that shit gets people tiring and stuff like that. Nerves are frayed and all that stuff. I don't know. All I know is that hopefully, I wonder if our friend Jim Laporte is on that. We should find out. We should find out if Jim's on it. If Laporte is on that story.
I can find out.
Yeah, because that would be something we could talk. He could find out. He gets us the Marine scoops. And his duties working for Newsweek. I'm pretty sure he can rattle some trees to find out what's up. Yeah. I don't know. Just one of those things that I'm just kind of like, damn, dude, fuck. That's just so sad, man. Fuck. I've been at the gym before. I've been on a shooting range before. I've never had any inclination to boot stomp somebody just because of the fact that, or beat the crap out of somebody, or you know what I mean. Just because I had a disagreement with them. Hell, I've had a disagreement with you, Spanky, and you don't beat me up.
Right?
Yeah.
No, I might want to throw a chair at you or flip the desk, but
exactly. but we don't like, right. Fuck you, and then have a lot of witnesses. This is like shady as shit. Everybody. It's funny because then all of a sudden everybody wants to be all high and professional and all this other stuff, and then everybody should get fragged. Everybody should get fried that witnessed it and didn't do anything to stop it. Everybody should be an accessory to it.
Exactly. That was what I was saying. We all sat back and watched.
Y'all sat back and watched the dude get beat the fuck up for no fucking reason, and you all just thought, oh yeah, 2 guys beating up on 1 guy? Yeah, Marines. So badass. Shut up, Ice. You're talking about us like that. Hoorah. Man. I'm going to get some Marine hate mail. I usually do. The last time we talked about, when we talked how we had imitating Cabman, I had the entire fucking Cav Scout community fucking going after me and shit, sending me hate mail. We don't talk like that. Crunch, crayons. Oh man, that's just fucking sad. That's just really sad. That's just really sad. I'm just thinking about that shit. I was like, fuck, dude. I can just imagine having that incident there, and then everyone was just kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. So, yeah, that's okay. So, anyways. Oh, man. Shit. Fuck, it's almost time for another break. Damn. Right. I was about ready to talk about something else, but, okay. We are going to take another break, and so we'll get back. We'll be taking a break, and then we'll listen to Karen, who left us a message. Shots.
Well, obviously, WTF Nation Radio says they're a radio of the Army, and all they know how to do is call a woman a troll, a 59-year-old troll. How shameful are you? You're not a part of the Army. It's not the Army that I know of, the United States. You know what? You should be totally ashamed of yourself.
this Facebook Live? I've never heard of this shit.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Hi, Lieutenant. How are you doing? Aw, did you find your land nav point, Lieutenant? Good job, Lieutenant. You get a
Expert Action Badge.
Put on your uniform right?
Expert Action Badge.
Show up to work on time.
Expert Action Badge.
Qualify on your weapon.
Expert Action Badge. Badge of Action.
Find your guidon.
Expert Action Badge.
That's right. Just doing your noble warrior task and drills, you get a
Expert Action Badge.
Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Shit in a bag, Pogue. Badge of Action.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Action Badge.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Oh, hell yeah, I want some fucking Tecate, Billy. Thanks. That's what I'm talking about. She's already offering it up in the chats. Hell yizzle. Give me
two, please.
Two, yes, two, please. Glass. Yes, I would like a glass, Bailey. Thank you very much. If you can go and go ahead and secure us some. Thank you for offering so much to the Tecate. You must be paying attention. Everyone's loving it like that stuff. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, Bailey, for you offering up to give some Tecate here at WGNS Radio. Sort of moments. No main page, guys. That's my Tecate. Get your own. She offered it to us. Anyways, okay. What was I going to say? Oh, yes, that was an American contractor that was in Iraq. An American contractor that was killed by 2 Marines. That's what it was. They beat him up. There you go. So that's it. That's the. You guys were asking questions in the chat. So, anywho, so I want to talk about this shutdown stuff. Now,
wait, what? There's a shutdown? I did.
Well, let's just say this: the shutdown is not affecting some of the DoD members, of course. However, it is affecting the Coast Guard. Why is it affecting the Coast Guard? Well, go ahead, Spanky. Can you give me a guess?
Because they're under the Department of Homeland Security?
Yes. They are not under the DoD, which is so stupid. Why the fuck were they? I mean, the Coast Guard.
Someone was trying to explain to me once because it's they wouldn't have authority on the water or something if they were under the DoD. I don't know. It didn't make too much sense to me. But one of my best friend's daughters is in the Coast Guard, and I don't know. She's pretty new. She's only been in the Coast Guard for about a year, so she's I don't know, whatever a private is in the Coast Guard still. So, but she was trying to explain it to me.
Coastie.
I don't think she quite understands. All I know is she's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my bills this month. That's what she knows.
Petty Officer Coastie class or something like that. Is that what it is?
Something like that. I don't know.
Okay, so everybody knows the dynamic that, of course, under the in wartime, that there is the Coast Guard is deployed under the DoD, of course, because there's some sort of like treaty or there's some agreement between the Navy and the Marines, Navy or Marines. Well, the Marines are naval infantry. I'm sorry, but there's an agreement between the Navy and the Navy owns the ocean. The Coast Guard owns the coast. So the Navy gets all butthurt. It's almost like how the Army only has helicopters, but they don't have jets, because the Air Force will get butthurt about it. It's the same thing with the Navy and the Coast Guard. So like you're right. I think there's some sort of delineation. I mean, I'm not really coastie friendly. I mean, familiar with the stuff. And not knowing how they work, obviously I can't get in too much details on how the Coast Guard works, but you're right. They are under the they're involved in the shutdown, and everyone's like, how is what is that? Well, let me give you this information here. Because of the shutdown, the Coast Guard is facing, this just got a suggestion by their command. And when I read this, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It's almost like Big Sarge left the Army and joined the Coast Guard. This is Big Sarge material. I never hear anything about the Coast Guard being bad. I never hear. There is no Coast Guard WTF moments. There's Decelerate Your Life. There's Untied Marin Crops. You know what I mean? And of course there's the main page, and countless of other like entities that do that. So, but there is no coastyfuckups.com or something. There's nothing. I don't even know what to call it because we never hear about the Coast Guard. Because the Air Force has airmen and NCO forum or something. They got a page too, right? They have their stuff. But the Coast Guard, I've never seen a WTF Coast Guard's moments. I've never seen I've never seen untied coasty crops, and I've never seen any of that stuff. There is no equivalency of that type of social media. However, what was given to the members of the Coast Guard yesterday blew that out of the water. Guys in the Coast Guard, I suggest you go ahead and begin somebody up there begin your secret organization of admins to create a page for you, because the Coast Guards that are facing this long ass fucking government shutdown received a suggestion by their command to get by without pay. Consider holding a garage sale. No shit. They were told by their command consider going on holding a garage sale. Do some babysitting, have some dog walking, or serve as a mystery shopper. That was a 5-page tip sheet provided by the Coast Guard for support program. They literally said this. I can't believe when I heard this, and I was like, there's no fucking way the Coast Guard did. There's no way. There is no way that the Coast Guard did Big Sarge ship. Big Sarge is not in the Coast Guard. That's what come here, troop. That's what I picture fucking Big Sarge. I don't picture them in the Coast Guard. Now, I'm quoting this document. This is not me saying it, or not. You know how I am. I like to make fun of everybody using their official spokesman. So, quote, incorporating furlough days in your personal budget may seem like a challenging task today. The best laid plans for paying bills on time, saving regularly, and keeping credit in good shape might be put to the test. Having a strategy to address anticipated financial issues will help you feel more in control of your money. You may have temporarily make changes in the way you handle your finances, but by following these steps, you'll be more likely to get quickly back on track when the furlough period is over. Step 1, understanding the details. Find the specifics of your furlough. Step 2, crunch the numbers. Prioritize your spending. Assess your current situation. Step 4, supplement. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Step 3, get lean. What the fuck does that mean? Step 4, supplement.
Can't buy groceries.
Yeah, exactly. Step 4, supplement your income, like looking into getting a temporary part-time job. Step 5, state the facts. Communicate with your creditors. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You and your fucking 20% fucking interest Ford Mustang that you're driving around. Avoid the credit trap. And don't go at it alone. Tap into community resources. Tap into it. What can you do? Understand the details. What can you do? I'm reading this stuff and I'm like, I'm going, and they actually have like detailed in the steps. So they have step 1, step 2, and also the shit like I just named off. But they actually have understand the details. What days and hours will you be furloughed? What reduced hours? Will I receive company-sponsored health insurance? Will my furlough impact my 401k? Can vacation days be used? Blah, 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 blah. Crunch the numbers. Include everyone in the household to account for all spending. List your credit cards, loan payments, medical bills, and other debts. You're going to get more debts pretty soon, Coast Guard. Get lean. Roll up your sleeves and sharpen your pencil. They're literally saying this. This is like we're like in the 1950s. Make your wife make sandwiches. You know what I mean? You may want to have your wife work for a while. Just fucking holy crap. Create a new spending plan. Acknowledge that this is hard work. Consider needs versus wants. It's like a hunky-dory, it's like a, hey, oakley dokley. Compare total income to total expenses. Step 4, supplement your income. Remember we talking about supplementing your. Here's what it says. No shit, I'm quoting this. Have a garage sale. Clean out your attic, basement, and closets at the same time. Self unwanted larger ticket items through the newspaper online. Wow, you want me to sell that shit too? Huh? Okay. Do you people sell through the newspaper? Does anybody sell shit in the newspaper anymore?
I can't remember the last time
I don't think so
newspaper.
Either. Yeah. Offer to watch children, walk pets. Oh, I was going to say walk children and talk watch pets. Oh, well, sometimes some kids need to be fucking walked. Anyway, so offer to watch children, walk pets, or house sit. Turn your hobby into income. Have untapped teaching skills and expertise. Tutor students. Give music or sports lessons. Become a mystery shopper. Retailers are desperate. They're not. You got to go out to Best Buy and say, I want to be a mystery shopper. They're going to like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
What the fuck are you doing? State the facts. Don't avoid talking to creditors. What do you mean don't avoid talking to creditors? Man, they're trying to avoid the credit trap. This is no shit inside that little fucking publication that I posted out to everybody. They literally posted that shit out. Unfucking real. Told to get a yard sale. Could you imagine?
I'm looking for a new couch.
I'm about to say, you know what? Hey, you know, that ain't a point. Hey, you know what? We should support that. Hey, WTF, hey, you know, I'm going to talk to the main page. Hey, you know what? Coasties, you want some shit? This is kind of fucked up because I feel like we would be taking advantage of them. That they have to sell some of the stuff they earned. It's not their fucking fault that they're having a fucking furlough. But then again, they shouldn't have spent beyond their means. But I'm just thinking about that shit. Holy fuck. Hold a garage sale. First sergeant, TRICARE doesn't cover my child with this helmet and this thing. It's going to come out of my pocket. Hold a garage sale, private. Excuse me, first sergeant. Hold a garage sale. Offer to walk a dog, babysit, or
turn your hobbies.
Turn your hobbies into income.
You know where my mind's going with that.
I'm about to say, sell fucking weed. Wait a minute, you're the Coast Guard. You can don't you find all that money in weed floating off the fucking? I guarantee that's what I would do. They're planning on doing that with El Chapo's money, so fuck it. All that weed and money that you find floating, start selling and start using that cash.
Yeah, pay your mortgage.
Yeah, pay me exactly.
Cash you found.
Hey, you know, if I was the commandant or the super chief of the Coast Guard, what I don't even know what the chief of Coast Guard operations or whatever, the sergeant major of the Coast Guard. I don't even know. Not even. I would do that. I would be secretly holding the E4 Mafia. I would have the Coast Guard version of the E4 Mafia going, I want you to go into the evidence lockers and I want you to get all that cash, and I want you to pay everybody's mortgage off. I want you to individually talk to every and single coastie in this installation and pay it off.
It is the Master Chief Petty Officer of the Coast Guard.
Master Chief Petty Officer. Okay, so they play Navy sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
They have warrant officers too, by the way.
They do have warrant officers.
Yes.
So the after they gave him that was published by the Coast Guard Support Program, or SPURT, or SPURT. Right? That acronym's like all fucked up because you know we like to pronounce acronyms. But it's designated to offer Coast Guard members help with mental health issues and other concerns about their life, to include financial wellness. And of course, the document says bankruptcy is the last option. Dude, that might be the only fucking choice that they have.
I mean, let's say, you know, even if they do have some savings, it's not going to last very long, depending on, you know, like, let's just say it's a lower ranking, you know, person in the Coast Guard. You know, they have a couple months worth of savings, you know, you pay a couple mortgage payments, that could wipe it out. Or even rent, a car payment, you know, all your bills. Like, not that many lower ranking soldiers even have, you know, a couple months worth of, you know, just to pay their normal bills. Like, so I can't imagine, like, you know, not knowing when my next paycheck is coming.
If it's going to come at all.
Right. You know, because they're already threatening for the shutdown to last who knows how long. So I'm sure a garage sale, yeah, that's going to help.
Everybody in the household needs to account for their spending.
Yes, little Susie.
Yeah, exactly.
No allowance. What did you do with your allowance this week?
Baby Ice, I'm sorry, man. Baby Ice, you're gonna have to stop going and you're gonna have to. First off, you're not allowed to use my bike anymore. You can't use any of my bikes. And second, you cannot go and no more Friday night tirades. I'm gonna have to cut you off. As a matter of fact, you will be the designated driver now. Got to make sacrifices. I'm sorry. I'm not going to deal with this. Maybe as a matter of fact, and Princess Ice, oh yeah, she'd fuck me up if I found out if I was taking some of her cash. I ain't account for shit, Dad. What'd you say? I'm not accounting for shit. Okay, I guess you're not accounting for shit.
I want my $10 a week.
Exactly. I want my $5. I want my $5. Well, because she has her and Baby Eyes have their own little they have their they invest. I teach them how to invest with Wu-Tang Investments, and they have their own loot. They have their own savings and stuff. So that way I kick a little coin over the little savings and stuff like that and all that. Or every when you have a coin jar and it fills up, I give it to the kid. You know what I mean? I give it to I give it to the kids. They have their own money. So when that stuff happens, I just thinking like, God, could you imagine having to tell your kids in the house, give me your money.
Account for your spending.
Account for your spending. Shit, motherfucker. You the fucking furlough, not me. You know what I mean? That's what my kids would say.
I can do my chores.
Yeah, Oh, you got to pay me, Dad. I'm sorry. Dad, you need to take out the trash.
Here, I'll give you $1.
Here, I'll give you.
I'll start paying you.
Hey, Dad, turn your hobby into income, motherfucker. Because you, I ain't washing no more dishes. It's your ass, Dad. No, but you need to account for your. You can account for this, Dad. I ain't giving you shit. Baby Eyes. You know what I mean? Again, man.
Oh man.
I'm just thinking about that too.
Look at Jake's idea. Maybe they can work as part-time gate guards at Bragg.
Yeah, I was about to say, get a part-time job. Hey, Coasties, why don't you come up here and work at the gate guard for fucking all the installations? Hi, this is the Fort Bragg Provost Marshal's office. We're now opening a new thing, so you can come over to Fort Bragg and you can sign up. Welcome to Fort Bragg, where you too could be a gate guard. Now, USA Jobs right now is looking right now for it's fucked up.
No, and they live on coastal, in coastal cities. I'm sure it's not cheap to live there either. Wherever on other places where they live too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, just saying. It's just one of those things that I'm just like, fuck. Could you imagine living in a coastal city? Like, just think of any coastal city. Every coastal city is expensive. No matter how run down it is, any crap piece of property that's along the coast, whether it has a nice house on it or not, is expensive.
Right. Because trust me, I've looked because I want to move to the beach, and I'm like, shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's expensive as fuck.
Exactly. So when you have somebody, oh man, I couldn't even imagine those fucking poor Coast Guard people, man. Bankruptcy is the last option. So okay, why won't they pay? Okay, look. And Specky brought it up. It's that the Coast Guard receives their funding from the Department of Homeland Security. So it's kind of like it was part of the the DHS when all those other places got closed down and all that, which is different from the DOD. The DOD's got their funding, right? We got our own loot. So the Coast Guard also has an 8,500 person civilian workforce. Some of them are indefinite furlough. About 2,000 of them are working without pay because they're being considered essential workers. Could you imagine you're in the military or you're all that stuff is going on and you have to say, please, just make sure you turn your job into a hobby. Turn your hobby into a job.
Right. This is my hobby. I'm at work and I'm not getting paid now, so it's not my job anymore.
The Coast Guard removed, of course, all that stuff. So I'm just thinking about all that shit. God dang, man. There was some anxiety. The Coast Guard Commandant sent an email to his service personnel that the concern and anxiety across the fleet, uncertain of the fleet. Do they even have a fleet? The boats, it's like little boats. Are they considered fleets? Is that considered a fleet? We send a message across. And when you say across the fleet to the Navy, yeah. I can see that. When you hear Fleet Marine Force, then yeah. Because the Marine, I can see that. But when you say Coast Guard, dude, the fleet of what? Fleet of little boats or fleet of?
I guess it's considered a fleet. The boats have to be big to be a fleet.
I mean, well, yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. What's the size? Does size matter in the size of your boat? You know what I'm saying? You know what they say about big icebreakers, right? Woo. Anyways, my point being is that, is that the legitimate size? I guess it could be like it could be considered a ship. I don't know. Does the Coast Guard have ships? Because I know they have like cutters and stuff like that. I know they have like gun runners and stuff like that. I guess you would call it a frigate or something. I guess they have ships. He says that uncertainty fuels anxiety, while requires a strong and steady leadership navigating forward. Now is the time to lead through leaders, and I call on you to be intrusive leaders at your respective units, demonstrating empathy and conveying key information, and identifying and ensuring our most vulnerable shipmates get the assistance that they need. Unquote. Unreal.
I wonder if they have like an AR, like we have an AR, like if they have a Coast Guard ER, Emergency Relief Fund or something.
Well, I mean,
I wonder,
yeah. But everyone's talking about, of course, this is the big. I can't fault the Coast Guard leaders. They're in the Coast Guard and they're operating on a different venue. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like
because I was looking. It looks like they used to be under the Department of Transportation until the Patriot Act.
Correct.
Yeah.
Then they're
like,
look
some of this up.
Yeah, they're like, we appreciate your organization's understanding the flexibility of working with the Coast Guard members who forbearance of their obligations until the situation is resolved. The bipartisan effort to get the Coast Guard paid to the shutdown was launched in Congress this week. But it isn't clear how quickly lawmakers might vote on the proposed Pay Our Coast Guard Act. That's some crazy ass shit. There are some individuals, there are some family members that are saying, hey, yeah, we're going to fucking, we might as well hold a fucking yard sale. Who's going to buy it? Other Coast Guard people that are in the fucking neighborhood?
They have no money?
Yeah. What, are they going to fucking barter good trade and shit? Fuck. How are they going to do that? Doing odd jobs is not a temporary fix because they got to pay rent, right? They have like mortgages and car payments and child care stuff and all that. And then what the fuck? What's up with the boats too? Who's gonna? You know what I mean? I could not be a Coast Guard guy driving a boat. Oh look, there's a drug runner. He's probably carrying money. Right. I'd be like the Coast Guard version of Three Kings and shit. You know what I mean?
Sell the drugs.
I'd be driving right up to that cigarette boat. You got any money? ¿Qué? ¿Tienes dinero? No dinero. Get out of here. Give me a brick. What the fuck are they gonna do? Not pay me?
Right? Oh man. No. Well, I know you were in when we had the one shutdown where they had to pass the special resolution or whatever for us to get paid.
That was back in the day, yeah.
And we got paid. It was just like a day or two late, and our LES was broke up into like, how much we got paid, like that was already funded, and then how much wasn't. I remember getting the 2 LESs that 1 month.
Yeah, that was a weird moment. What am I supposed? And of course, finance was like,
right. and we got 2 direct deposits too. I remember that.
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
And neither one was much because I think that was back when I was like a PFC or something. It was a long time ago, but they had to pass a special like Pay the Army Act or whatever back then.
Yeah, pay the Army Act. Everyone's like talking about this bill and all that. Now this whole thing, I don't think anybody. You know what? This whole bickering between Congress and the president right now, it's almost like I even forgot what they were arguing about. It's like when you get in an argument with somebody, like a boyfriend, girlfriend, or spouse, or something like that, and you're arguing about something, and then you're just like thinking in your head as it escalates, what the fuck were we arguing about? What the fuck was the argument about? The same thing right now with the president and Congress. What?
Right.
What was the conversation about?
Right.
The fuck you?
You didn't bring me Chick-fil-A.
Oh, that was the conversation. Oh, well, you should have fucking went. How about that? You know what I mean? At least we could get back to it. But But when you think about it, I'm like, how would you? Wait a minute, how did you not know? Again, I just get this shit done. Get this fucking shutdown over with. It almost seems like now no one's offering any concession to anything now. Now we're like at a stalemate. And what makes me mad is that everybody voted for these people. And they're blaming each other. They're not thinking, well, the president this, and the president that, and the president this, and the president that, and Pelosi this, and Schumer that, and the Republicans this, and the Democrats that. And I'm thinking the entire country is watching you two bicker like a bunch of toddlers. Why don't you just, I don't know, kind of like figure this crap out? And
they're going to have to compromise. Neither side is going to be happy 100%. So we're going to be shut down for 2 years until we have another election, or or one of them's going to have to bend.
Yeah, everyone's going to say, well, this is going to be one of those things where, they're going to have to endure this and endure that. I'm thinking, I don't think anybody's going to care. I think everyone is going to vote not to have Congress anymore. There should be a bill passed, because I know Ted Cruz is talking about having term limits now. And of course, you don't know about the term limits and all this other stuff. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to, the whole bickering and whatever. I'm sorry. I thought that was a Speaker of the House. I didn't know Chuck Schumer was God damn it! This is the sergeant's time when I'm talking about politics. I didn't know Chuck Schumer was the co-chair, or was the co-speaker. You have Nancy Pelosi there shaking like fucking a dying Katharine Hepburn. I don't understand what's going on, and we're like, what the fuck? And Chuck Schumer's like, that's what he reminds me of. Just pisses me off. It's just frustrating as fuck. It doesn't have to get to this.
No.
And it's almost like there's two. Here's the way here is the way I see Congress, and right now with the shutdown with the Coast Guard. I see it as a starving, abused, neglected child while two fat people holding hamburgers are arguing. That's what I see. That's the way I equivalent that. I mean, it's cruel as it sounds, and I want to put that picture in your fucking head right now. That's what I feel is this is bullshit.
Well, it will affect the DOD if they, this is going to probably come up again, at the end of the fiscal year. When's the last time they had a budget ready on time again? They have to keep going under, those continuing resolutions and stuff to pay the Army and Navy, Marine Corps, everybody else. Air Force. So that was one I forgot. I always forget about those guys.
Yeah, just frustrating. All that money they went to. We need to pass a resolution. Hey, I hate Congress. I got an idea. Would you give up them some of that loot to the family members of the Coast Guard? You know what I mean? They're just kind of thinking about.
Yeah. No, hold a garage sale. Yeah, that's the answer.
Oh, yeah, is that what it is? Hold a garage sale. Hold a garage sale.
Or maybe both sides of, Congress and everybody, they can hold garage sales, and then they can pay for whatever they want to out of that too. Sure.
I just think they should just take in some of the families that are. Again, this whole fucking thing, just watching this whole thing, everyone's arguing about it. This bickering is pretty great because you're watching two master politicians trying to convince somebody who doesn't really give a fuck about nothing right now, trying to convince him to compromise. Now, of course, who was it? There, I guess the Vice President Pence came out and said that there was going to be a compromise. There was trying to be a compromise. But immediately they said no. We're not going to do this, and then no. Again, Coast Guard, Coasties, hang in there, man. Hang in there. Hang in there. I don't know what to say. I'm not gonna patronize you and say, hold a yard sale. Ensure make money with your hobby. Make everyone accountable for their spending in the house. We can find out a way for you to. Fuck that, dude. That's fucking some hard shit, dude. That's hard shit to say, man. I mean, again, maybe you know your Joes well enough or your coasties or whatever. What do they call them? They don't call them Joes. What do they call them? They call them shipmates, right? They call them shipmates. But
couldn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Still,
exactly.
When they don't know how long this is going to last, or how long they have to make whatever savings some of them may have stretch. Yeah, insulting.
Yeah, it's very insulting. Yeah, and just imagine being the breadwinner of the family, having to sit there and tell your old lady. You know what I mean? Just it draws a lot of stress, man. You guys just hang in there. Hang the fuck in there, because I guarantee it. WTF Nation Radio, US Army WTF Moments, any help you guys need, man, just let us know. Let us know. Reset Congress, exactly that. Reset Congress, definitely need to reset that shit. Because it's just frustrating. Frustrating as shit to hear that this stuff and these guys are bickering over something stupid. No, we're not going to have a wall. No, look, okay, real quick. We're just going to jump into politics right for a second, okay? Everyone says he doesn't have the authority to do it. Yes, they have the authority because fucking Congress passed it. So, they passed it a long time ago. There was a bill, so he's going to do it. He can private, he's the president. He's got executive power. So guess what? God dang, man. He can be there for a while. But anyways, that's crazy. God, it just fucking sucks. Hang in there, Coasties. Hang in there. And if you do use my idea, go ahead and donate to WTF Nation Radio to keep the lights on.
I still can't believe you sat there and just advocated the use of Coast Guard personnel.
I'm probably going to get hate mail at ICW. Some Coast Guard guy's going to...
I can't believe you advocated the use of us seizing narcotics, taking their money, and letting the drug runners go.
We didn't advocate it.
We just said that would be funny. I said what I would do. You know what I mean? I said, picture yourself, me as a Coast Guard. That's what I said.
This is why I didn't join the Coast Guard.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly right. Wait a minute. There's 5 pallets of money in there. Nah, there was only 2.
Yeah. What pallets of money?
Yeah, there's pallets of money. Oh, I just saw this weed, dude, and then this narcotics. I don't know about any pallets of money. Come on, man. Think about that shit. God, man.
I don't know how everybody's rent got paid this month.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how all of a sudden people are walking around. Everyone's driving around new SUVs and shit. It's like everyone's got everyone's like, here's your keys. What's this for? Go out in the parking lot. Everyone's got Escalades and shit. Chief Petty Officer Ice, did you just buy your entire boat, platoon, but whatever, your whole section, your whole crew, Escalades? No, they just got it on their own, I guess. They must have been lucky. They must have diversified their bonds like I do, and they were able.
And Wu-Tang Investments.
Wu-Tang Investments helped them out, and not only that, but also, they're able to. And they even got extra. They got 401ks and everything set up, already maxed out. He's only in E4. How did he get it maxed out? They must have aggressive funds, son.
Very aggressive.
Very aggressive funds, man. But yeah, oh man. Hang on, real quick, and pull up this other story. So hey, hang in there, Coasties. That page was taken down. I guess it must have been like their version of ACS. You know how we have ACS,
right?
Army Community Service that gets in your business when they think you beat your kid when you just yelled at them across from the fucking pool. Then you have stupid. You have a FAP, family advocacy.
Right, and they have command financial planners.
Yeah,
too.
Yeah, exactly. So they're like,
oh, you're on furlough, huh? Ice? You're talking about this? The nice Escalade you got there.
I was a command financial planner. Never once did I think, I said have garage sale. That was, I taught people how to budget, but I don't think garage sale for not getting paid.
Yeah.
When people had a no pay deal was really, in the top list of plans, or, oh, Lord have mercy. Tell your kids to control their spending.
Yeah.
If you're spending too much on lunch money.
Well, thank you, Jake, for elaborating. Hey, what's up, Kaz? Thank you, Jake, for elaborating on the corvettes and cutters. They are okay. So they're ships. So yeah, exactly that. And go big enough to go get some. Like what was that? They could do like a Discovery Channel series. That what's that? You know how they try to make fishermen all like big, baller, sexy and shit? It's a tough job out here slinging these nets. You know what I mean? It's like the WWE of fishing. What's that called? Fuck, what's the name of that? What was the name of that TV series?
The Biggest Catch.
Biggest Catch. Yeah, exactly. Biggest Catch. Coast Guard edition. Yeah, I just got furloughed. You hear the ocean in the background and shit. We just got furloughed. I don't give a fuck. I'm sitting here using this 80-foot fucking cutter here. Yeah, you see those other fishermen? Not there anymore. Because they got guns on their ships. You know what I mean? Sitting here smoking a doobie with my petty officer here. We just intercepted a fucking a drug running Scarab boat, and so we decided to smoke some shisha. We're throwing money. You fucking do some shit like that. Exactly. The Biggest Catch, Coast Guard edition with Petty Officer Ice and Chief Petty Officer Spanky. Yeah, I was thinking about getting some snacks, but I blew the fucking boat in half. You know, you fucking them up. Really funny as shit.
There you go.
There you go.
Turning
The Biggest
your job
Catch.
into
Yeah.
a hobby.
Exactly. Turn your hobby into it. Yeah, because thinking about that, man. All of a sudden,
new reality show.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, the local police departments at all the ports are busting fucking petty officers and chiefs for fucking selling dope.
And then they had that one TV show called Army Wives, like they could do Coast Guard wives, like
Oh yeah,
bring them in too.
Yeah, exactly.
See, look,
Exactly.
there's another idea. Make another reality show, The Housewives of Coast Guard Palace or something.
So I'm out here just killing these fishermen so I can get my tuna. Give me another blunt, Maggie. You're fucking funny as hell. You better do that some shit. I couldn't fucking do, dude. I would not be able to keep a straight face if I were to do that. I would so come back with a Coast Guard cut. I mean, what are you gonna do? Furlough me? Oh man.
Yeah.
God. All right. So the next story. The next story we're talking about is so apparently there's a guy, a retired Army paratrooper and West Virginia lawmaker who formalized this campaign for the presidency on Veterans Day is stepping down from the state Senate. Didn't we talk about this guy? Wasn't this guy going to come on or something like that? He's Democrat Richard Ojeda. Didn't we say we were going to talk to him or try to get a hold of him? Didn't we say about that?
Right.
Yeah, I think we talked about this. Yeah, we're trying. Yeah, I think we brought the story up that he said he was going to do it. But now he's formalized his campaign now. Democrat Richard Ojeda told news outlets that he's resigning next week because he doesn't want his seat to sit empty while he's campaigning for president in 2020. Republican governor Jim Justice will choose his replacement. The tattooed veteran who carries a populist message in a district reeling from lost coal jobs announced his presidential ambition after losing a congressional race to a Republican in November. Ojeda is of Mexican descent, which I don't know why it matters, and became a champion of teachers during the fight for better pay and equality. He sponsored successful legislation to make medicinal marijuana legal and strengthen health care and economic. Oh, you want some marijuana? He's gonna be the captain of our fucking cutter. he's gonna be the guy that's let's see, he's Big Sarge. He walks around with a sapper tab on his on his lapel with his jump wings. I would break balls on him. I can't wait till he comes on. But anyways, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So he's formalized his campaign 2020. He is. He has sponsored successful legislation. Yeah, he's talking about that stuff. He said Republicans and Democrats alike, including Donald Trump, have focused more on infighting and political wars. He's a newcomer to politics and lost the 2014 primary race in the U.S. House before winning a Senate seat in 2016. After retiring from a 24 military career, he co-founded a nonprofit group that gave shoe vouchers to school children to provide meals for the poor and elderly. That's what I'm talking about. He said some of the kids in the coal region had it worse than the ones he saw in Iraq and Afghanistan, which I don't doubt. The coal region hit up in that area. Pookie was telling me too. It's like really, it's really bad. I mean, it's really bad. People are just scrounging to make some money and shit and just barely living. Ojeda said politicians on the federal level should be required to donate everything they make above $1 million to charity. Ojeda took the struggle to state teachers to heart when he spent 4 years as a high school ROTC instructor, and he spoke to groups of teachers several times and made passionate speech to the Senate in January in favor of them. The next month, they embarked on a 9-day strike, and he won. This dude gave him a 5% pay increase. That's pretty cool. So the guy does freaking, seems to be rocking it. Of course, this kind of makes the trend recently though that the number of vets are like dwindling. It seems like for a while vets were up. Now that like the number of vets are still coming in, but the number of vets staying in Congress are leaving and shit. So,
well, I think what you're going to start seeing is, the ones that, came in, around 9/11, they're the ones that are starting to, get close to retirement. You know what I mean? Like, that came in right around 2000, 2001, that, they stayed in 20 years. So I think you might start seeing a lot more start to run for office and stuff, because, they're starting to get close to that 20-year mark. You had your ones that, did just a tour, didn't stay in, they stayed in 4 to 6, 8 years, but, and then you had that influx of, veterans running for office and stuff that, didn't stay in, they didn't stay in for a career. And I think you'll probably see another uptick as the ones that are just staying in right around that 20-year mark. You'll probably see a lot more running again too. That's just what I think. So, like I said, I don't know when he came in, but he was. It looks like just from looking at him, he was. He says he's retired. So
yeah, so he spent all that time in the military and he's still running. So I mean, you got these people that have been in while they were young and sprite. You know what I mean? Like somebody like Marco Rubio would kind of like walk around him on that shit. You know what I mean? Because he is very, how do I say that? He's very fucking, he's involved in the politics. He's involved with the he knows the ins and outs. Marco Rubio knows the ins and outs. You know what I mean? He's a lawyer, and so he knows the inside and all that, and he knows how to. I think he's part of that system. You know what I mean? He's in it. He's in that system. So he already plays the games and all this other shit, and he's young, and so he's be able to outmaneuver some old sergeants like me. Man, I would lose my shit in Congress.
Right. Start throwing deaths.
Exactly. The representative from Texas, please stand. Yeah, fuck this place and fuck you, and y'all can eat a dick. Excuse me. You were speaking out of order. No, I'm not. You guys suck. I don't know why the hell it takes so long to do this. You guys are just meandering around. Senator Ice from Representative Texas, could you please sit down? No, I'm not going to sit down. May I have my time? May I have my time? May I have my time? You got to speak, Senator. You got to speak. And why are you cutting me off? Can I finish? Okay, I'm finished.
I can't sit down because I already threw my fucking chair.
Yeah, exactly that. Oh, man, this is fucked up. Yeah, exactly that. And everyone was talking about, everyone in the chats are talking about their plans of how to survive in the furlough, run down to Cuba and get some. You damn right, dude. It's all about the hustle at that point. Maybe we need to GoFundMe for the Coast Guard. I know I should break balls.
I know.
WTF Nation Radio proudly presents and sponsors a GoFundMe for the Coast Guard. See what happens there. Right now, there's that guy that's got that GoFundMe for the wall. It's like over 19 million or something like that, isn't it? It's like 19 million or something like that.
Now I got to look and see what the latest numbers are.
Because it keeps going. It's every time you look at it, it says, "Oh, look, it's 7 million now." I looked at it and it was like, "No, it was 11." So it's growing, which is it's an indication of what the people want. Think about it.
It's 20 million. It's over 20 million now.
It's over $20 million. So that means people just donated $5 here and there. Think about that. Some people donated $5, $50, $500, and all that. Just that small amount, and it's already to that fucking amount in the GoFundMe.
Yep.
It's kind of like indicating that's what the people want.
Right. Like I'm just looking at the last 10 donations and they're like $50, $20, $25, $25, $50. Yeah. So it's lots. And that's over, the 20 million is over 330 35,000 plus people in the last 24 days. So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Insane. I haven't donated. I spend my money on snacks.
Exactly. Ah, shit. So, let's see. What do we got going on? You know, let me go ahead and bust out some cut sheets right quick. Some cut sheets. Get some cut sheets. All right, real quick. So, on the 15th of January, which is Tuesday, is that next week or something like that? Is that next week?
It is.
It is next week. Next week. Oh, man. Next week's going to be awesome because we have guests. Because we have Dennis Adesso from Ma Deuce Deuce. Sorry, dude. I gotta stop laughing. He's talking about veteran suicide and Ma Deuce Deuce. Ma Deuce Deuce. $22 a day. God damn it, dude. I'm fucking losing it. 22 daily. God, man. 22 daily veteran suicides is an epidemic, as well as providing veterans with post-traumatic stress diversity, restorative and therapeutic programs are what the mission is of Ma Deuce Deuce, raising the awareness of and ensure that they are in helping out the veteran community at no costs. 21 January is on Monday, which is Dan Thurs. That's a special day because Dan Thurs is going to come back to talk about the tactical reviews that we discussed about his shit being removed from YouTube. So it is going to be a First and Second Amendment discussion with Dan Thurs from Tactical Reviews, the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. That's really it for now. We're starting to expand the schedule. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I can't wait. I cannot wait. This is gonna be awesome. We have all of our platforms streaming in the green right now. Nobody has banned us. Nobody has complained about us. So go ahead and listen up, and you will be straight to not have an excuse. You cannot have an excuse for not being able to listen to us unless you're stuck at the gate at Fort Bragg. Because I know some areas, an All-American, from what I was told, were they're like, it's bad reception. So,
well, then you just download the podcast to your phone before you go.
Yeah, exactly. You know, actually, before you go, we can we download usually about an hour after our show. We download a podcast. You can go on Google Play or go to Apple and go on iTunes and download them shits. And it's free. It's all for you to listen to. Download at WTFNationRadio.com's channel on Google Play and on iTunes. All of our platforms, share, like, and follow on Twitter. Because right now, you're listening to us on Twitter. If you have a Twitter account and you don't like any of this stuff, we're broadcasting you right now live on Twitter. So for the last 3 hours, 2.5 hours, we were broadcasting to you on Twitter. YouTube, again, is up. YouTube is up. What's up, guys, in the YouTube chat? So that's always a link where you can get your information. Also, the TuneIn app. Go, of course, on the websites, ArmyWTFMoments.com. Go to the WTF Nation Radio tab. Or you can go to WTFNationRadio.com and check out the pod. So there is really no excuse to grab us on there. Periscope as well. Were we trying to get on something else? Were we going to get some snaps? Isn't that what the kids say? Or we need to get to the Instas?
I'm not the kids. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not the kids. Yeah, I'm not the little ones to to sit there and discuss the nuances of the new for all we know, we were totally on the wrong broadcast. You know what? Maybe that's why we can't communicate with our kids well. It's because we're not on the right Instas or the right snaps. You know, it's all about the snaps. What the fuck ever that means. But yeah, what else? Of course, Facebook and Facebook Live. Of course, follow us, like, share, and follow. If you're listening to us on US Army WTF Moments, that means we are broadcasting simultaneously from WTF Nation Radio as well. Once we have some power to do this, then you can listen to that. But of course, with the main page, you're getting so much information and posting a lot of stuff. You might want just better off going to WTF Nation Radio's Facebook page to grab that. See, so today you're listening to Sergeant's Time. Tomorrow we got a Friday night. Friday Night Freedom is kind of like on hold for a while until Minx gets back from her break, and then Saturday Night Savagery has been changed to Tinfoil Times. The Tinfoil Times, they're like on their third episode and they're rocking it. Their shows are funny. I love they get so deep in the rabbit hole with tinfoil, you smell like aluminum foil when you walk out. That's how deep it is. It's good shit. It'll liquefy your brain, man. It'll liquefy your brain if you got to wrap your head around it. Sunday is Kicking It With Cause and Owl, the guys at Team Old. Monday editions of myself and Flash. Tuesday is Tuesday is with Owl. I don't like saying Tied Up Tuesday with Owl because it's like, hey, welcome to Tied Up Tuesday with Owl. It's time to get fabulous with Owl. I'm just bringing balls out. Just bringing balls out. And then Wednesday is our day off where we take a time to breathe. That's where we take that is our no broadcast day of no scheduled broadcasts. How about that? Day of no scheduled broadcasts. Day
I'll allow it.
Of no scheduled. So what's the acronym for that? If it's not DONZA, then it's what?
We don't say that word.
Thank you guys for listening up. We totally appreciate you coming up and fuck man, shots.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planets of America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun. Yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Now we'll go to infinity infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear all manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum, ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Space Force, Space Force, we'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space Force.
You're listening to the sounds of WTF Nation Radio.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show.